guys know it is Drunken Chat, son.
All right, here we go with another Drunken Chat Sun in 2024. I am your host, Chitlins Greens and Cornbread for Drunken Chat Sun on the Comic Crusaders Network. So if you haven't checked out Comic Crusaders, please check out comiccrusaders.com. I am with my co-host right now. This is your third, fourth. You can join right now. You're about to get a T-shirt, a little bit, right, Sir
Yeah.
Christopher, the greatest. How's it going, brother?
What's happening, everybody? Yeah, man.
You,
So,
you,
shit, it's been a hell
you,
of a week.
It's been a hell of a week. We had a lot of stuff happening. Just coming off of Free Comic Book Day. Just coming off of what was the Comic Con
Yeah.
that we just came off of?
C2E2.
Yes, C2E2, and then we're getting ready for Richmond Comic Con, I believe, is around the corner, and then the big, big one of them all. Um, San Diego Comic Con is right around the corner. That should be in July. I
Hell
always
yeah.
they got some of the fellows in there freaking chatting about freaking plans, talk about Airbnbs. It's going to be freaking crazy. I'm trying to do a drunken chat some freaking meetup in Tijuana. All right, so if we can, if y'all down for that, you can let me know. Some of the y'all might have to get your expedited passports and passport cards. I just I got off from work early today just so I can freaking do that shit. All right, get my freaking expedited shit. So, talk the wife in there like, hey, yeah, we're gonna do a little Disneyland, little freaking, little San Diego Comic Con, but hey, at night, hey, freaking dollar margaritas all around, fucking down in freaking Tijuana, man. A little freaking, but that's the adult stuff. All right, but let's keep it freaking movie, man. Let's see what else I got. All right, so actually, the this is gonna be a big week coming up, right? We got the for the economy, especially, we got the PPI, we got the cost of living, cost of doing business coming up, which will, of course, tell us how much paper is going to cost, right? For those who aren't tracking, the cost of paper has been going up, which has been affecting the cost of your comic books lately over the last 2 or 3 years. People think this, oh, the Marvel and DC, you're just raising the fucking price. No, I've been telling people since 2019. I was like, hey, keep an eye on international freaking paper and paper costs, man. That shit's going up. Also, what's going on is we're looking for that next rate cut to see if they're going to come out. And maybe so, depending on the jobs report this week or the next week. So we're going to see. Um, in the meantime, with all the speculation that's been going on, a lot of companies had their earnings reports. Some not so good. That included Disney, which just maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, I could have sworn was at 122 and it dropped down to 105. Not where I wanted it. I wanted to drop, right? I wanted to freaking drop. Um, Even though I am currently a shareholder, I wanted to drop because I wanted to buy more. So I needed to drop below 100. But some of the stuff that they were talking about today makes me think that it'll drop elite below, not just below 100, but maybe like around the 90s, low 90s. And I wouldn't be surprised if it dropped to like 88, which was a definite freaking buy-in for me. But before we get into all that stuff, there is one portion of the Disney freaking whole universe that has been doing absolutely freaking well. And that is X-Men 97. We've been talking about this for a while. This is what is this like the 10th ish episode, 11th episode? I forget
We're
which
on
episode this
episode
was.
8, and then we got
Episode 8. Okay.
one more next week, and that's it.
And that's it. Okay. Um, Good. So that we can go back and we can that because I really need to go watch season one, the original joint, and then we can watch this and see if they try to pull anything together. What did you think of this last episode? Because right now we got looks like we got Xavier back, and they were like, "Hey man, freaking good to have you back." No, they were giving them shit. all over
Yeah,
the freaking
they
place.
shit. You
Yeah,
know,
like how dare you? Like how dare you do that? And I was thinking, and so the problem with me watching it was, I was like, wait, you're giving me shit in my house. Like, I could have sworn we're in my house right now, and you're giving me shit. You've been living rent free, and my fucking not my little fucking RV, right? You've been in my mansion with several rooms that some of y'all was fucking in or having babies
rent
in.
free.
Yeah, rent free. Usually, only the person who's usually allowed to freaking give shit and freaking and fuck around is the people who. But nah, y'all over there, especially Scott, man. Okay, you was fucking having babies in my fucking house rent free, and now you hollering at me. Shut the fuck up. That's the only thing that fucking got me, man.
Clapping
But
cheeks, right?
yeah, clapping cheeks. Not just of one girl, two girls, two different girls.
Yeah,
He up there clapping cheeks.
shit. You might as well call them twins. Shit.
Yeah, man. Shit. What the fuck?
Now, you know what?
Oh,
This episode was off the chain. I'm not gonna lie, but I was more hooked on the teases that they threw in there. All right. So if you noticed when the whole thing when Xavier was getting ready to stop Magneto, and then Cyclops kind of had his bitch moment, right? In my mind, the second that I saw how Xavier was gonna take him out, and then I saw how Magneto saw that, right? Then he got stabbed by Wolverine, and he's like, "Oh, you know what? Hey, fuck it, let's get it then, right?" Now, only thing that was going off in my head was like, all right, are we about to get the scene? Is he about to rip the fucking adamantium off his bones? That was number one thought, right? Second thought was, okay, so they're definitely teasing onslaught. So we got to get some type of onslaught coming up, right? And I wouldn't be surprised that at the end of the finale next week, if we don't get some form of apocalypse. We've been seeing him through every intro possible. Okay. We've seen him fight Cable, I think, at least in the last four intros of the show. And we haven't
mm,
seen Apocalypse yet. All right. So,
yeah.
I know they got to bring him back because I feel like with the whole Gambit death shit, they got to definitely do the whole Apocalypse bringing Gambit back as a horseman shit, right? So I'm hoping that we at least get some type of tease for that going in for season 2, right?
Yeah.
But other than that, dude, that show is fucking amazing. This show is probably one of the greatest things that we've had for a while now. Even the live action shit doesn't cut it.
Ah, I think I, I think I would say yes. It's the one greatest thing that we have that everybody's been watching. So for instance, the thing that just came out this year also is DC's Infinite Crisis on or DC's Crisis on Infinite Earths, right? That also came
Yeah.
out. Part two. Part two is what came out. Is what I'm talking about. And that one is actually pretty damn good. It doesn't have all the details that really made it great, but it's still freaking good. But nobody's watching it. Probably because it's on the HBO Max thing, probably, but it's still pretty damn fucking good, man. I'm really enjoying it. I've watched it twice because God damn it, I got fucking my weird ADHD and I can't fucking just watch something, and pay attention that much. But from what I have been seeing and been paying attention to, it's been really freaking good. So, but you can't compare it to X-Men '97 on its own thing because they're just trying to tell a linear freaking narrative.
Yeah.
Whereas, that Crisis on Infinite Earths, they're kind of trying to expand the universe and explain how the universe freaking works. So it's two different things.
Yeah.
Animation on both of them are absolutely freaking great.
Yeah, I mean
But
DC standing out wise, bro. I think DC animation wise, they kill shit. And now if they can only bring their live action up to par with their animation, they'd be in the fucking game. You know?
mm, I tell you what, man, freaking. Well, here's what I'm looking at for X-Men '97, man. Freaking the it was interesting for because for the last two episodes, and I think I talked about this last week, is that they were kind of dribbling those little details that were kind of real world, really dependent. But now everything's kind of done. They brought Xavier back. Now they're like, okay, we're done with that. Now let's go and do this other thing, which I'm kind of like, I get it. It was because it was still fun and it was still exciting and everything, but I kind of wish they hadn't jumped away from that heart and core of X-Men freaking lore, like they did without. Because right now I don't really understand where they're going. And we were actually talking backstage, and we noticed that you said you noticed that he was calling dude, he was calling Magneto Magnus for some fucking
Hmm.
reason. Yeah, what the fuck was that about, man? I,
You know,
I kind of
like
caught
I
it,
said,
but I wasn't paying attention.
like I said, bro, back to you earlier. Like, all right, I've never heard Xavier call Magneto Magnus ever. I mean, if somebody can recall a comic that he did, okay, show it to me. I'm all for it, right? But I'm not gonna lie to you. Maybe this is where the showrunner actually fucked up at, and that was the mistake. That was, they couldn't correct it in time. I guess maybe, right? I don't know, but it just seemed off to me because we have a character named Magnus, and it just happens to be Magneto's son. So I didn't understand, like, through the whole show. Magnus, don't do this. Magnus, Magnus. And I just didn't understand that. So if somebody can explain that to me, I would love to hear that shit in the comments. Straight up.
Yeah, man. Freaking that was just so fucking weird and so off-putting. Um, but yeah, I'm still I'm the thing that I didn't the other thing that and we just talked about it, man. The other thing that I didn't fucking like is them fucking hollering at fucking Xavier. Like, bitch, you going really, bitch? Like, you really? He's a old. I know he's psychopathic and everything, but man, you gonna yell at some old man in a wheelchair, man, because he freaking left you the fucking keys to the fucking mansion?
While
Really?
you've been in there clapping cheeks
Clapping.
nonstop, right? For the free 99 all up in the man's refrigerator, and you got some shit to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they're wild for that. Now these right here,
Uh,
you know. I like I said, I think this is probably one of the hottest books out right now from this week just because of that episode. So, I haven't checked the prices on these, but like I said, the one up front, that gold foil, I guess that's the one to chase right now. And if you don't have enough money to chase the gold foil, then you want the four. And it's funny how they worded this shit back in the day. Instead of just saying, "Hey, it's a 1 in 50," they worded it exactly like a 4 in 200. I've never really heard the term like that, but hey, it's basically a fucking 1 in 50. So, and then not to mention on all of the regular prints of the regular ones, right? The error on this promo card from the fact of it being tinted blue or too blue in this, and then multiple colors on this. So I guess people are hunting down more than just these four you see because they're trying to collect as many of this error as possible, right? So I'd say just keep an eye on it because the 1 in 50, I know they're going for maybe about $120 to $160 roughly right now. So I mean, just to have it in your collection, I think it's if for PC value of what we just watched the other night, hell, I had to have one. So I scooped up the 1 in 50, but that's one that people need to. You
yeah.
can get a regular issue too for virtually nothing.
hmm Yeah, this is definitely one that's going to be in those back freaking boxes and everything. Just we can gotta hunt for it. And once again, this I do love this pick because look, we've been chasing covers for so long, but this one is an actual, hey, this is happening in the freaking story, which I would love, man. I want us to go back to, hey, this is happening in the freaking
Yeah,
story. This is why I fucking love this fucking book, man. Like one of my favorite ones is
exactly.
I think it's Weapon X number 10, where you've always seen him when like he just got his fucking anonymity. Animinium. It's an off story, but he just gets his fucking Animinium. They're fucking around with his healing factor and everything. But the main point of the story is that there is a dude behind that was actually running those experiments. That's behind everybody. His name was Johnny Supply. Johnny Sublime, he swears to God that he's behind every fucking thing, man. He's just one of those looking at, yeah, I was doing this, and that was behind the fucking Hawk, and that was the dude behind fucking Wolverine. Johnny Sublime, man, fucking, he's one of those characters that he's fucking weird, man. I'm gonna have to do a Matrix on that dude one day, man. But yeah, those kind of 150, but they call it a 4 to 400 or something, or 2 to 400 or
So,
something.
all right. So the first one, all right, the one on top, that's a one in I believe they said 200. It's a gold foil. So the in the X-Men title, that's gold. And then in the top left corner, so where you see the little box, so all the ones that are considered somewhat of an incentive, right? They just have a
Hmm.
25 in that box compared to you see the back issue where you see 25 and then you see how much the issue costs and all that, right? So I guess the ones you really want to look for is the ones anyone that has that 25 in it. Now, if you want it to
Uh,
be even rarer, then you start hunting down these errors and you can go to I believe CGC has a few threads on there where people are discussing those errors because you have, I guess, hardcore fans that's trying to get as many of those error versions as possible. And I see they get pretty pricey too. So, yeah, that's definitely one to look out for sure. I
okay,
mean,
okay, nice. Well, man, freaking. I guess I next time I go to my LCS, I'm gonna have to freaking check those out and see if they probably don't have any because the motherfuckers been uh struck clean. But they may just have some of these, man. But you said there was a gold foil out there somewhere as well.
yeah,
Hmm.
that's you see the main one, one right up top. That
Okay.
top lettering, all that is gold. And then I guess in the
Ah, okay.
price
So it's
box
just the
over here
exterior.
is gold.
Okay.
And then on
Okay.
the four of 4 and 200, 1 and 50, basically. That's the one right behind it, and it's black and white. And one of the errors on the black and white one is the promo card is supposed to be darker. So I posted one on my Instagram. I just posted it, I think, on Wednesday of the 1 in 50, and you can look at mine, and the card looks almost really dark, almost like a black like look to it. So just pay attention to when you're looking at these. Just pay attention to that little promo card because if it's too blue or too dark, that's considered one of the errors, I guess. And it gets deeper than that. Like I said, this is one you can spend a little bit of time on.
Nice. Okay. I guess we'll have to keep an eye on out for that one. Good. Good stuff. All right. Let's just take a quick little step away from comics. Well, it's not a total step away. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes looks like it's going to freaking take the box office this week. It's hovering around 52, 55, which would probably put it by the end of the month, like around 200 mil if it can freaking keep this going. I went and saw it tonight, and I thought it was absolutely freaking fantastic. I did look. I've been up since 3 o'clock in the morning, and at no point did I feel go, "Oh man, I'm about to fall asleep." At no point did I roll my eyes in the back of my head because there was a line that was just really fucking weird, or there was a ridiculous situation. It was just tight, very great freaking edited. The only thing that was a little weird was there was a water fighting scene that was a little weird. It kind of reminded me of the problem with the first Venom movie where you couldn't tell this character from this character. But otherwise, man, freaking, it was really freaking good. This actress right here, you could tell that they were trying to protect her and her acting because for the first half of the freaking movie, she didn't freaking talk, right? So they did a really good job to this. Uh, hey, hey, we're all family, right, man? Y'all can freaking join in with the rest with the pieces back. Just as long as I don't cuss nobody out, man, or or say some weird off the wild shit. But yeah, shout out to Joe 4771, man. Yeah, the even the CGI for for the animals was freaking really great. There was only one where it was like an up close that they really did have to have an up close that it kind of got just a little bit freaking wonky and everything. And it was like, man, I didn't really need that. But otherwise, every single part was like, holy crap, man, this is freaking off the chain.
Yeah, I heard
Um,
the CGI in this was real polished. I heard that it was a couple of little spots in it here and there, but they said that the overall film was beautifully polished. So I was going
yeah,
to check it out this weekend too.
yeah. I mean, it stayed away from some of the problems with the other movies where you just had most of the movie just out in the freaking woods, man. It was just kind of disorientating. They stayed away from that. They just said, okay, hey, this is where you freaking live. This is what we got to freaking do. This is what's important. And then, boom, they took you out of that freaking scene, and then they did put you in the freaking woods and say, hey, we're gonna put you in the freaking woods, but we're gonna give you some information while you're out there in the freaking woods, and then that information is going to take you to the third act, which was really freaking good, man. So they definitely freaking reorientated the whole freaking franchise. They now have a different place to freaking go for Planet of the Apes franchise. And this is what I've been wanting from a Disney movie. Don't forget that this is a Disney freaking movie. People forget. Um, is that now that I've seen the movie, now I want to go back to some of the comics because they just had a comic series over the last year or two, and I actually want to read what the heck was going on. Maybe there's some details in there that I can pull out. Before I jump on to that, second right now is gonna be Fall Guy. Maybe I'll see it depending on the wife. Challengers, sure. If you want to see Zendaya, ride the Amtrak train down to freaking Pound Town, yeah, go ahead and freaking see that. Tarot, that's a hard movie, so I might just wait for that to come on rental or whatever. And then Godzilla, King Kong, still hanging in there at number 5, man. That's freaking amazing because that came out like 2 months ago. That's freaking amazing. But did you know that the first comic for Planet of the Apes was a comic called Korea no Sai? It was not necessarily licensed, but it was the first film adaptation of the Planet of the freaking Apes. I have not yet had a chance to freaking check out the pricing yet, but it's out there. And for people like me that don't care, this is a good find, and I'm going to be freaking trying to hunt this freaking down. But what I also did see was the trailer for Aliens. That's supposed to be coming out in I think
Uh,
August, and that's going to be the first movie under the Disney belt. So that should be interesting. We're going to see because Disney has says, yeah, we're going to pull back on some of these movies we promised, and we're going to make sure that the quality is getting a little bit better. So here we go with some of the other news, and you were very excited about this, man. What did you think about this news?
Dude, I'm excited because his voice is killer. You know what I mean? And the majority of his roles, he does very well in strictly voice acting. All right.
Mm,
So you can catch him in some films acting, but his voice roles that he does are just fucking outstanding. So I cannot wait to see what they do with this Galactus. I mean, I'm sure we're gonna get the big ass giant human, all CGI shit. Don't get me wrong, but his voice is just like, all right, rolling up as Galactus. I want to see that. I want to see that. I can't wait to see that shit. So
yep.
great choice.
Yeah, last movie that we saw him in was apparently The First Omen, and to see him landing as Galactus, this is going to be interesting. There's another actor, I forget what his name was. It's got a mystery role right now. They haven't put out who he was, but I'm wondering if they are going to possibly make him as Galen. So there's Galactus, Then there's Gallon. Gallon was the last survivor of the previous, I don't want to say dimension, but eventuality. And
Yeah,
then when that
previous
eventuality freaking
universe.
see, it's not a universe though. It's it's like an eventuality. There's like there's dimensions and then there's universes, but there's eventuality. And when that eventuality freaking closes up and freaking dies off, then a new dimension is freaking born out of that with a whole bunch of freaking universes. And Galactus is the last survivor of that past eventuality. So I think we're at number 13 for Marvel right now because they just did a Defenders series about maybe about a year ago,
Yeah,
talking about
Defenders
how that freaking
Beyond.
yeah, and where his mom was a defender, where Galactus's mom was a defender.
Yeah, the
Um,
Gaia. It had her first appearance. I think it was her first appearance, right? As
well, for
Gaia.
Guy,
Yeah.
well, no, Gaia's been around. If you're talking about his mother, that's not her first appearance, but it was her. It was Gallon's mother's first appearance. Yes, Gaia. She's been around for
Yeah, not Gaia.
forever.
I meant Galactus's mom. That
Yeah.
it was supposed to be like her first appearance in that run. I think it was like in issue 4 or something like that in the
Hmm.
Defenders Beyond run. But
Yeah.
that's great to know because originally I thought that the whole thing with Galactus, I didn't know that it was like a dimensional thing like that. I thought it was just like, okay, one universe or multiverse collapsed and then he was the last surviving entity of that collapsed multiverse or whatever, right? And then he went on. So to know that it was kind of notch up dimensional, and I do remember in Defenders Beyond they kind of did hint on that because the thing in that run that blew me the most is like, okay, we finally got after all these years, okay, after Secret Wars from 1984, after Secret Wars in 2015 from Hickman, we finally got an explanation, right, on the Beyonder, all right, a more, I'd say, detailed explanation on why he did the whole 1984 run thing where, he picked all the heroes and the villains and all that. They kind of gave an explanation of that, of him being a kid as of his race, right? So then they introduced like three other beyonders in that run alongside of him, and then they gave a little bit more in depth about the actual beyonders. Now the
Mhm.
coolest part about it to me is that we finally got a different look at the beyonders versus how we got them in the 2015 run, where they kind of appeared as this alien looking race, right?
Yeah.
And I
Hmm.
just found how they explained it in that Defenders Beyond run. Dude, that's a run that people should pick up if they didn't pick that up. Especially when you talk about the Masked Raider, right? Because he
Hmm.
wears that mask of eternity. And my dreams, of course, being a Marvel geek, right, is hopefully one day we see that, right? That was an
So
awesome
yeah.
concept.
So yeah. So if yeah, that's very interesting that you mentioned that. So um, let's roll it back to I want to say 2018, 2019, when we first started seeing those Disney D23 1000 or whatever specials that you had to go all the way to fucking Florida to fucking get these freaking comics and everything, right? But then there was the regular freaking covers. There was like 20 or 30 of them, but people forgot to read inside the book because you read inside the book. That was kind of the game plan that Kevin Feige and Disney wanted to actually pull out for like the next 7 years, right? They had the big ones that they were announced, but there was a bunch of characters that they were trying to push through. So for instance, Night Thrasher, who was just now showing up in his own series, but they wanted to bring him into the MCU because that was Al Ewing's favorite character. He's been aching to freaking bring that character into the MCU, but they just haven't been able to find a great platform for it. There's another character called Korak, who was part of the Defenders run and everything. And then you mentioned the Masked Raider. That's another one that's been in there as well. And I got to go back, but there's a couple more characters that they've been trying to say, hey, by the way, there are these characters, and they didn't say, hey. what the plans were, but I've slowly seen them being brought to life in some of the series, man. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's great to freaking see what they're doing. That they have some type of freaking plan, kind of, sorta. But this is a great start. Get the right people in these to play these freaking characters. So right now we got this guy, Ralph Ineson. We got Pedro Pascal as Mr. Reed. We've got Vanessa Kirby, who's going to be a gorgeous woman who's going to play Sue Storm. Joseph Quinn, who's going to be Human Torch. Eban Mas Backark as Ben Grimm. But then they also cast Julia Garner, who's supposed to be the female Silver Surfer, and Paul Walter Hauser. That's the guy that I was trying to remember his name. We still don't know who what role he's going to play. But looking visually at him, I'm like, that dude could play freaking Gallon, who is Galactus before he freaking played Galactus. So that might be interesting if that's what they want to try and do with him, or they're going to try to do
Oh,
some other
I,
crazy
I,
shit.
I got you. I got your answer for that because Paul Walter Hauser is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, a comedian, right? So the
Mm,
idea of who he was playing was going to be Herbie. Remember, we still got the fifth member of the Fantastic Four. He's definitely going to be in it. So I think that Paul Walter Hauser is going to voice Herbie, and then I think John Malkovich is going to be that mystery character that could possibly be Gallon.
okay.
Because
You
they
know
didn't
what?
name him yet either.
Yeah, it must be no, it must be the other guy because I'm looking at a picture of Paul Walter Hauser. That is not the guy that I was thinking at all. This is
You're thinking of John Malkovich,
yes, John Malkovich. That could be the guy.
and he always
Um,
plays like those sinister ass characters. So it's no telling.
mm,
He's just a perfect villain to me. I mean, like if you think about it, besides movies like Red, right, where he kind of played a comedic version, right? Most of his films, he's kind of a villain, to me. Like he's just a perfect villain to me. Everything he's been in that he's been like a asshole or some type of evil guy or whatever the case is, he blows that shit out the water. All right, so I'm hoping. Um, did they mention who's gonna play Terax the Tamer yet? Because we do know he's gonna be in it as well.
no, we don't. No, we don't.
Yeah, and they also said Doom is gonna be in it, and the people up for that role, I know one of the biggest names was Killian Murphy, and I can't think of that other guy's name, but there's like two people really gunning for that. And then they
Mm.
threw Ben Affleck's name in the mix because Ben Affleck apparently just met up with Marvel. All right. So
I don't know if I want to see him in any MCU shit because then they got to bring Jennifer J Lo along, and I don't know, man.
well, I'll take Ben Affleck back if we get a call back, just like they're bringing Jennifer Gardner back for Deadpool 3, right? I wouldn't mind seeing him, as Daredevil for about 5 minutes. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But character wise,
Well,
going forward, eh, I don't know who he could
well,
be.
yeah. So all these characters that we know are definitely in Deadpool, Wolverine, whatever. Here's the question though: are they going to kill all these characters off inside the movie within the first 10 minutes though? Because
You
that's
know
what they
that
did with the
that
first movie.
yeah, they did
They
when they
said,
did
"Hey,
Multiverse of Madness.
they said, hey, there's all these freaking characters. There's all these freaking great freaking actors. Hey, by the way, you're dead." And that was the end of it.
Yeah,
We didn't even get to see Brad Pitt unless you slowed it down like frame by frame and shit. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So that out, bro. If they did that for Taylor Swift, I am gonna laugh my ass off. That is going to be the greatest fucking thing ever. There's a hope. I mean, I feel sorry. I would feel sorry for people that lost a lot of value on that. But if they killed off, they put her in there and then they killed her off because she's not gonna stick around for a whole fucking movie. But if they put her in there and they freaking killed her off, man, that would be so fucking amazing.
it
Um,
it would. I only envision her like this though, bro. I felt like, okay, if we see her in the film, I felt like we're just gonna see her either, I want to say, passing through. Maybe she'll be on stage, possibly singing as Dazzler, and then we come to her, get a little help from her, and then that'd be the end of it. You know what I mean? And that universe dies, so she does die. But I just, with her whole promotion campaign and shit going on right now, she just dropped that album. She teased the dazzling at the end of the song and all that shit. She's too much money to just kill off right away. You're gonna have the Swifties burning Marvel Studios down, bro. You know what I mean? They're gonna be burning that shit down. We do that.
Well, I think as long as they don't do it very disrespectfully, I think they'll
Yeah.
be fine. And that is true. They do understand that she has made a lot of money for them. Because what was that, 6 months ago that they had her? All they did was they had a concert inside a movie theater, like movie theaters across, and they made a bunch of freaking money off of that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, they know her star power. They know how much money they can make off of her. Um, there's no doubt about that. But what are they going to do with it? Because they're not going to try and play it and then like try and bring her back for another fucking movie, so I just don't know. Or are they going to bring her in the beginning of the movie to kill her off, or wait till like the rest of the fucking movie and then fucking kill her off? But they can't freaking. They're not going to let her freaking stay around. Fuck that. Um,
I was thinking it's gonna go like this, like no bullshit. I think that if they do anything, I think they may pay off the Dazzler shit, give you a little fan service, right? And I think it'll just be in one of the universes that Deadpool passes through as he's doing all this shit. And that we might see her for like a minute or two. Who knows? She might be at that. Remember in the trailer where we see Patch? All right, we see behind, the back of Patch, right? How do we know she's not singing in that club in Madripoor? You know what I mean? Some shit like that.
mhm.
And it's an off universe that dies anyways, right?
And then Joe 477 says Dazzler will be a small end credit scene.
I
Okay.
mean, hey, they do that too. I'll take that too.
Yeah, do that too. Yeah, and then parlay that into Deadpool 4 or whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so let's. I don't even remember when the freaking movie is supposed to come out, but I guess we'll see.
July 27th.
July 27th. Oh, so that's coming out real soon.
Hmm.
And that July 27th, that's fucking at San Diego Comic Con.
Oh well, we may
So
get some good ass announcements around that time too. Then.
yeah. All right, here we go with. We talked about this last week. We speculated on this last week, but here is Bob Iger, who is the actual CEO of Disney. Um, he's been he, he didn't actually like say it, but he kind of drew out the schedule, and people are noticing, hey, this is what it looks like. So it says Marvel shows will dip to two series a year from four. He called the output a vestige of basically a desire to pass to increase volume, and stem from a desire to pass to increase volume. We are slowly going to decrease the volume and focus more on quality that he feels is going to be great. He said Disney's more broadly is going to balance sequels with originals, but defend the latter. There's a lot of value in sequels since the properties are known and require less effort in terms of marketing. Um, so right now we're swinging back to a bit to lean on sequels. He said noting Inside Out 2, Toy Story 5. In terms of Marvel specifically, they're talking about Thunderbolts. They talked about Deadpool and Wolverine this summer, and new installments coming up of Captain America and the Avengers. And all I know is that, yeah, sure, fine. But what they shouldn't be fucking doing, and once again, I saw the trailer for this, was Mustafa, which would be a prequel to fucking Lion King. Nobody asked for that shit. Nobody, well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe people asked for that, but I didn't ask for that shit. I didn't fucking. What the
Hey,
fuck?
none of us asked for that shit. I
Yeah,
mean,
and it's not like it's not like it's the fucking cartoon. right? It's the live action of that shit. So I don't know, man. He was asked eventually about the 20th Century Fox content, which Disney owns. He says, "Hey, we'll continue to look at the library to see what can be mined," noting Alien Romulus, Avatar 3, which is coming soon, and then, of course, the Planet of the Apes, where there might be more opportunity pending the success of the latest film to do more. So I was talking briefly about it earlier, and look, the movie was great. Here's what I'm worried about. At 5:40, I think, no, 5:20, which is when I went to see it at the AMC on the Big D, right? Um, it was my family of four. There was three people in front of me, and like some rows in front of us, and then there was another two people behind me, and that was it. That was fucking it. There was nobody else in that fucking theater on a Friday night. As we were leaving the theater, there was nobody else in that fucking theater trying to fucking come in because right as we were coming out, there was going to be another showing at 8:20. Uh, so there should have been a whole bunch of people fucking coming in, get ready to fucking see the. There was like nobody. It was fucking Ghost Town Magoo in that motherfucker, man. So I think that for all the success that I had Wednesday and Thursday night, it's not going to have the same. It may not have the same numbers Friday night. Um, but Saturday, I think that's where we're really going to want to see it. Um, and got to remember, this is a Mother's Day weekend, right? So they should have had more movies that are a little bit more family oriented. Like this is probably when they should have had what's the name of those fucking things? Those little minions, right? Something for the
Yeah.
mothers to take their little kids to. That should have been the big fucking movie this week that they should have put out, not Planet of the Apes. Because look, I mean, even though my family freaking loved it, if we had younger kids, we weren't going to be able to take them to see that because seriously, they were cussing all over the freaking place.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to take your kids to see all that shit. So, um, that is what it is. So I don't know, man. Freaking, what about you, man? Are you planning to see that at all, or we can go
I'm
see something else?
actually taking my grandmother and aunt to see it on Sunday. So,
Nice.
I think that from just a little chat that I've been hearing, I think people do plan on seeing it. But I think wasn't there something else going on today, if I'm not mistaken. There was something else I thought taking place today. I don't know if it was on a national level. I mean, aren't the playoffs and shit going on too?
They are. They are.
Yeah, so that's another factor right there.
Yeah. Nope. Shit. I mean, yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, once my team gets kicked out, like, I could care less about the fucking NBA playoffs, right?
Yeah,
LeBron's out right now. I think Denver is getting ready to get kicked out. Unless they come back somehow magically. So there's the hockey playoffs, but NBA playoffs is not that freaking big a deal. Finals, sure, I'll freaking jump back in and watch that. Unless you're like a hardcore gambler, nah, it's like Um, here we go with Disney Entertainment. So gotta remember, Disney is Marvel, Warner Brothers is DC. But now they are announcing a Disney Plus Hulu Max bundle. And this was announced during the Q2 earnings call. And it says beginning this summer in the US, the streaming services will be offered together, providing subscribers with the best value to include ABC, CNN, DC, Discovery, Disney, Food Network, FX, HBO, HDTV, Hulu, Marvel, Pixar, never heard of Searchlight, Warner Brothers, and many, many more. That's going to be interesting because there's also a lot of that stuff is also offered on YouTube TV, which is what I pull it on, and it's going to be confusing now too. And I'll probably actually get into this a little bit later, but Verizon has their own freaking bundle with Disney and everything, so it's going to be freaking weird. So In fact, hey, Christopher, like, do you have any bundles? Do you have what do you use, man?
Right now, I mean, anything that I want to watch, dude, I just honestly, I just fucking subscribe. So right now, we're on Disney Plus, we're on Amazon Prime, we're on I think what's the other one? I think my girl. Well, of course, we're on Netflix.
Mhm.
We passed on Hulu for a second because I caught up on all the anime I want to watch to a degree. And other than that, we're just really mainly Disney Plus, Netflix, and shit like that. YouTube Premium. Nothing like major wise, because HBO shit and all that. We're still pirates when it comes to that shit. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
we just got our turn sites and we watch whatever we watch.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, so, but digging through the Q2 for 24 earnings presentation, for more stuff to pull out, they pulled out the fact that the NCAA Women's Championship did pretty good business for them. That was never before have I paid attention to women's basketball more. And the thing was, I knew these girls' names 2 years back, and it's because they kind of loosened the reins when it comes to their like Instagram pages and their social media, so they were able to promote themselves more. So between Paige Buckler and freaking Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, and the line goes on and on and on. But now the thing is, they're all in the WNBA, so we'll see if that actually translates over. So they said they had a freaking great freaking April for that one. They started talking about the Disney Ford Park expansion, which they borrowed $6 billion to freaking do that. They talked about Bluey, so I'm hoping that somebody will do a Bluey comic for those guys. And Shogun, man, which is an amazing freaking show about pre 1800s freaking Japan. It was freaking amazing. Let's see, and then on the path sustained streaming profitability and growth, they talked about Disney Plus added 22.5 million subscribers. Then they said Hulu did the same. Star, they talked about Star Plus, which is their version in Latin America, and then they said the ESPN eventually is going to be shown on Disney Plus. So if you go to Disney Plus, you will be able to see ESPN there. Hey, what's going on, D Solo? And then what? Where is it? Okay. Then they also talked about these new parks that they want to freaking add. June 6th, they're adding Fantasy Springs and by the Bayou Adventures to Disneyland, and the Disney Resorts. And then here we go. This is the moneymaker that everybody needs to pay attention to. This is the select upcoming theatrical releases. Today we had the Kingdom for the Planet of the Apes. Then apparently on May 31st, A Young Woman in the Sea. Never heard of it. Inside Out is coming also this summer. Kinds of Kindness. Never heard of that. Of course, Deadpool, Wolverine, Alien Romulus. Moana 2 is coming out not till November, but that's coming out like around Thanksgiving time. Um, what the hell is Night Bitch?
I don't know. And that's by Searchlight. Sounds like a horror movie. I think Searchlight does horror shit, if I'm not mistaken. I think I can remember their little logo title come up at the beginning of some shit that we just watched.
Night Bitch. Let's see. It is, yeah, it's a horror movie. It's about an artist
Yeah.
who pauses her career to be a stay-at-home mom, seeks a new chapter in her life, and encounters just that when her nightly routine takes a surreal turn and her maternal instincts begins to manifest in canine form. Um, T. Jones says it sounds like a fucking comedy. There's a Mufasa Lion King comes out in December 20th, and that's a real action joint. Captain America: Brave New World an untitled Disney movie right now. Then that Snow White that people complained about for so long is finally coming out. Amateur Thunderbolts is going to be in May of 2025. Then another Disney movie, Elio, never heard of that. And then the Fantastic Four that we just talked about, that is slated for July 25th of 2025. So that's actually pretty quick because they're just now getting the freaking cast together. And they're hoping to get that out by July 25th. I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, it might get
But we'll see.
pushed. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll really,
'Cause
because you're talking about just a little over a year.
yeah,
Yeah.
I honestly thought that it wasn't supposed to come out until I thought it got pushed all the way to the beginning of 2026 because of all the delays and shit like that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah,
Yeah.
another. Speaking of delays, fucking Sony, man. What are they over there fucking doing? Now, Craven was supposed to come out last fucking year, okay? Now, if you guys don't put this fucking movie out by December, I'm done. You lost me, all right? I'll have to catch that shit on one of my sites. Because, dude, we're going through what, 4 different fucking dates now? Like, will you guys please just put the fucking movie out? I mean, really? Seriously, dude, it's been done all this time.
Yeah, I think they're a little shell shocked because of what we had. We had Venom, which was okay, but didn't give them the returns they want. Then you had Morbius, which was just absolutely freaking terrible all around. Um,
That they elected to put back into theaters twice.
yeah, then you've got what was the name of the Madam Web, which was
Yeah.
I see their vision, but execution was like they need to tighten it up, right? Because first of all, if the name of the movie is Madam Web, you don't have her all of a sudden just pull out of the situation to go to fucking Brazil for a fucking week to go do some other shit. To find an explanation that you could have just put in the fucking first half. Shit. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
people are not feeling that right now. Even my little 8-year-old kid was like, I don't understand all the superheroes and they don't have costumes on and they don't really do anything. Like, yeah, that's where we're
You
at.
know
So
what? Bro, I think this is what really messed that up. All right. I think that they built that movie around to all the Easter eggs and references that they were going to make involving Spider Man. So when they pulled out that shit, I think that a lot of it was so, out of whack after that, that what they had left to run with was just shit. And they did it anyways. Now, I'm more curious to see how they handle Venom Last Dance, right? That was supposed to
mhm.
come out at the end of the year too. I haven't seen any promotion for it other than what they revealed the title. I think that way back when they were filming, we got like the scene where he got out of the taxi and that was it. Haven't seen shit else about it since, and it was supposed to be released this fall. So yeah, they need to get their shit together over there. All right. Seriously, for I'm getting to the point where we may have to just ban Sony
Yeah.
altogether and get these rights back.
Well, so they are having difficulties. I know because what they actually try to do is they try to subcontract it out to these other companies. Um, and what they did was they subcontracted some out to some other companies, somewhere like Korean, and instead of it like these guys like keeping it hush hush and keeping it in secured folders, they just left it in unsecured folders so people were like actually able to hack the shit. So the shit's just like out there now, right now on the internet. Like so, if you
Yeah,
want to see like Sony's like full list of shit, it's out there. I'm telling you, that's where the fucking got. It's like out there. Even shit that they haven't like really drawn up yet or freaking photo or like put to film. The script and all that shit is out there. Some dude was like, "Oh, let me go ahead and freaking check Sony security," and then the shit. He was like, "Oh shit, shit's just out there," because they put it into a South Korean freaking these South Korean companies, and they didn't put it in secure folders, and they're just boom, they're just fucking there. So, it's just weird because I want to say 7, 8 years ago, the same issue was happening, and they didn't fucking close the loop on it. They just said, fuck it. So I don't know.
Yeah, because they've been having us wait for some of these films for just ridiculous amounts of time, without any type of updates, no trailers, no casting news, nothing,
Yep.
And this is what I don't want people to forget though. I know we bag on Sony a lot. We bag on Sony here, we bag on Sony in our regular lives, all right? Let's not fucking forget they did make the fucking Toby Maguire trilogy, and they did make the two Andrew Garfield movies, which I fucking loved, and they did make the
Spider
Miles
Verse.
Morales animated movies. So let's not forget and sit there and act like Sony can't make a good film. I think it's with the pressure that they're under and the type of shit they want to do. They want to be just like Marvel to me. And it's like they're looking up at Marvel like their big brother and they want to be just like Marvel, but it's just they're not executing how we would like them to. You know what I mean? So let's
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
forget and just throw Sony out the window like they just can't make a good film to save their life. Because I know everybody's asses were in those seats to watch Toby. Everybody's asses were in those seats to watch Andrew. And everybody's asses were in those seats to watch Miles Morales. Right? So, and I'm not even gonna lie, dude. When I saw the first little pictures that we got of Rhino in Craven, I was like, okay, let's fucking go. We got an accurate Rhino for I was ready. I was all for it, but they don't put that shit out soon, man. It's a wrap.
Yeah. What what's gonna stick in my mind right now is gonna hold my tongue for a little bit is the fact that Sony right now is trying to buy Paramount. Right? So Paramount they got like SpongeBob, they've got Teenage Mutant Ninja fucking Turtles, Star Trek, and the fucking list goes on and on and on and on. So I'm waiting with bated breath on that. Um, and it's going to be interesting because Sony wants to do a lot more stuff, but they can't because Sony is not actually a U.S. company; it's actually a Japanese company. So they buy some of Paramount. Now they've got some um, board members that can bring that they can be brought on and do all this another nice weird shit. So the last we heard was maybe a couple weeks ago. So hopefully we'll get an answer back by this week or the end of this coming week. All right. We're still staying on the same subject, but we're talking not talking about movies. We're talking about the TV series, the Hulu, Disney Plus, Hulu releases. So, for instance, people forget Doctor Fucking Who, which is one of the longest running series like ever. Like, just been running since JFK got assassinated. And I am not bullshitting. They
I know.
they delayed it
That's
for a
why
day.
it's funny.
Yeah, they delayed that shit for a day because JFK got God rest his soul fucking got assassinated. They- and and it's still going, right? And you know what, man? Freaking, I didn't like the how they did the female Doctor Who. They kind of did her dirty because they didn't really give her a good script until they were ready to kill her off. But this guy that they got in there, they're leaning into his LGBTQ nature, and it's not bad at all. It's actually pretty good. They have a direction to go with it. I don't know how they're going to do it. Are they going to do it when they because he has Doctor Who has a wife, so that's going to be interesting if they ever bring her back, to do that thing. That's going to be interesting. Um, I know, Christopher. I know you love the Kardashians. I know that's your fucking favorite show, man. One of your favorite shows, man. That's
Dude, I'm
um,
just addicted to the ass cheeks, and I can't help
yeah.
myself because I'm a fan of big ass. You dig? Now, I'm not gonna lie to you though, bro. Out of this list that we're looking at, the only couple of things that besides Deadpool, of course, that I really am fucking interested in seeing is the Acolyte, the Star Wars,
Yep, June
Hit
4th.
Monkey
Yep,
season 2,
yep,
and
July 15th.
Star Wars Skeleton Crew. All right. So I'm really fucking excited to see those.
Yep. So Futurama, I forgot that I forgot that is a fucking Disney Plus. That is just one of those that the fans are rabid when they do remember to fucking watch it. I have forgotten to watch the shit. Watch it all the way through. So I'm gonna have to write that down on my list. But what's even more interesting are ones that they did list, but the release dates have not been announced, right? Because they decided to pull some stuff out. So, and once again, these are TVs. Some of these are TV series, right?
Yeah.
So, or Disney Plus and Hulu releases such as the Agatha Dark Hole Diaries. I think they made a mistake when they listed um, Deadpool Wolverine. Yeah, they do got it as scripted play. Then they got Eyes of Wakanda as an animated series. The First Omen, which is the one that the dude that's going to play Galactus, he's going to be there, be in that one. Inside Out 2. Only
Yeah, yeah,
Murders in the
friend.
Building, season 4. That is with Selena Gomez. You talk about thick. That's a very nice looking young lady right there.
Yes, yes. Yeah,
And then
indeed.
your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man looks like they're gonna try and bring that animated series back. So some good stuff that quite doesn't have the freaking dates. I don't know why they put that in under as release dates not announced because they got Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. That just came out today. So somebody needs to freaking be put on the pip over there at Disney Plus.
Yeah, they need to update their shit for
Yeah.
sure. But hey, you know what? I'm looking forward to that too. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Now, this is what I got my fucking fingers crossed for. I hope that just like they did the X-Men 97, right? I hope we get fucking Spider-Man the animated series 98. Now, if they announced that shit
Mm.
at Comic-Con this year, dude, I'm going to go fucking nuts. Cuz that was just like the X-Men show was one of the greatest fucking cartoon adaptations from comics ever to me. I
Okay,
mean, when
so
I was
here's your
growing up,
shot. Here's your shot.
fucking great.
Here's your shot. You don't have to answer now. You don't have to answer now. But if they were to do something like that, what's the book to pick up?
Mm.
See? So I'm gonna give you some time to think about that one, right? All right, so here we go. These are the big money makers that they started moving money around. Um, Big Ten is not going to be on ESPN or Hulu or any of that stuff. They decided not to renew the Big Ten contract. They are expecting revenue from the college football playoff games because they expanded the freaking bracket. Um, they lost the contract to cricket, but they are going to be able to put some freaking games. That's going to be a moneymaker for them. Um, in fourth quarter of 2024, I forget when that should be October or something like that. So October, September, August, September, October, maybe something like that, or maybe it goes longer than that. That's when the new SEC deal. The SEC is the big money maker, and they decided they didn't need the Pac-12. That people didn't want to watch the Pac-12, which fine, that's fine. I think I already went over some of these. These are some of the attractions and everything that they got lined up. And then they talked about this. And I'm gonna okay. So there's a lot of text here, and I get it, but here's the bottom line of why I think it's definitely going to drop down to $100, possibly even less than 90. During the earnings call, he was, Bob Iger, the CEO, was like, "Hey man, freaking, we got a lot more subscribers. We're doing really freaking great." And this is where we got the numbers. And I think people's kind of eyes like glazed over because this piece wasn't even really a big part of what he was talking about. He's like, "Oh yeah, if you need the information, when they go to the supplemental freaking um, package, right? You got to go to the website and download this shit." Each time they have a subscriber, there's different categories that come in, right? So there's bundles. A lot of people know about the bundles. So if you get some bundles, if you get Disney Plus, that's you get if you get a Disney Plus bundle, you get Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, and Hulu. Well, for the subscriber numbers, it's not one person for that one bundle. Each particular piece of that is one subscriber. So Disney Plus is so you get that Disney Plus, you get Disney Plus as one person, then the Hulu. So if you have a Disney bundle, you can count as three people. Okay. Here's the other part. They didn't even say. They said paid. Those are counting. Those are counting as paid subscribers. But for instance, like me, I count in this is like so. For instance, I cut off my Disney bundle because I was I got this great freaking deal with Verizon. So during that quarter, that's three, right? Because I had that those three people, those three different ones, right? And then I picked it up through Verizon because Verizon actually has a great freaking deal, whereas you get you that unlimited plan, and then uh, you get the bundle for free. So there's three old ones plus three new ones. So I count as six subscribers under those fucking numbers.
Yeah,
And that's where and because Warner Brothers was actually doing the same shit a year ago, and then the judges say, "Oh yeah, you guys can go ahead and do it. That's totally fair." Now the subscribers are picking up on that shit, and it's like, "Yeah, we're good." Nah, fuck that, and that shit fucking dropped down 20% over the past week. So, ah, Disney's kind of fucking up. They shouldn't have freaking leaned so heavy on that, and the numbers are just fucked. Um, Especially when they said, "Oh yeah, by the way, we're going to use this new platform for the numbers to decide where we're going to put money into our new content." Like there's only really two things I watch which is like superhero shit and fucking and sports. That's all I fucking watch really. So don't be going off of what I'm fucking like watching. I don't know. Okay. Let's go back into some of the freaking comics, and then we're going to take a little break once we get to some of the new release or FLC stuff. You were tracking the X-Men 25, the Goat Foil, and everything. Some of the numbers, because this is what's coming available pretty soon, is the big Marvel stuff. The Scotty Young, big Marvel stuff, exploding out the freaking gate. Numbers are in the freaking hundreds over the past week. Also, that Spider-Man the Shadow of the Green Goblin #2, and that Energon Universe 2024, that special #1, especially that Warren Johnson. Yeah, that's doing pretty well. And what's surprising to me right now is still that Ultimate Spider-Man #1, that Chichetto, the sixth print is coming out pretty soon. That's coming out in June 12th. That one still has freaking pretty good numbers. And that fifth print, once it came out, man, it freaking sold out. So I guess as long as Marvel is still printing these motherfuckers out, people are going to freaking keep buying them.
yeah, and you know what? Let me comment on that Ultimate Spider-Man 6 print now. Now,
Mhm.
Marco Cicchetto does releases as well on I think Panini comics, whatever his website he uses, right? Now, I didn't know that some of his books that he's been putting up lately, because he put up this really nice ass acetate cover. Me and a buddy of mine were trying to scoop up, and when we were up sitting there. I was up there about an hour prior to 9 o'clock, and we never got a chance. So
Mm.
to finally be able to get this Ben Riley on this fucking cover is fucking outstanding to me, and it makes me want 10. And I would definitely tell anybody watching this right now, pick that up, because the ones that they had, they showed two covers. One was this Ben Riley, the other one is Superior Spider-Man. So I'm wondering, since the sixth print is going to do so fucking well, we already know that. I know everybody that I know is probably ordering that cover. All right. Now, when we get to the
Seventh
seventh
print.
print, are we going to get that Superior Spider-Man cover? Because that's what my fingers are crossed for. Because those acetates that he dropped, I mean, were fucking immaculate. So
Mm.
I really hope that I didn't know if it was a strictly release over there. I think, what is he, in Paris? I think he is, or he's in Italy. I think it's Italy, and I didn't know if it was strictly for Italy, but I know that I tried on both of those acetate covers. Didn't get a fucking chance in hell. I mean,
Mm.
I didn't even see them live. All I
Yeah.
saw was them just instantly sold out. So I don't know if they offered it to just people in Italy, but that's some bullshit if they did, because we need those. That I mean, dude, that acetate was immaculate, right?
Mm.
So and Energon
I'm,
Universe, the special you said, right?
yeah.
Now I'm surprised on that one because um the Johnson was the one with Optimus Prime and Megatron, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Now, keep in mind, we did get a cover B, right? And that cover B was if I'm not mistaken, that's the same book, right? Um, it was the first cover appearance of Slip Zardo, because I know we got his first appearance in the Free Comic Book Day book,
Right. Right.
right?
So that's the thing. That may be the reason why. So here's the thing that is kind of interesting that I've seen over the last 2 months. With all these different freaking covers that are coming out, the more covers that are out and the more something happening in it, the more people are gravitating to just grabbing those cover A's. Um, because there's a counterculture of like, hey, my retailer, he's probably not going to, he's going to buy every other one except for the cover A. So people are grabbing those freaking cover A's,
Yeah.
man. I don't know how long
They
that's going to freaking last, but we'll see.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like Ultimate Spider-Man really kicked that shit off because if we go back to Ultimate Spider-Man #1, the main cover that everybody probably should have got, all right, is the family cover, right? That was the first cover appearance of Spider-Man's son. It was the first appearance of that iteration of his daughter May, right?
Hmm.
So that was one. The ones that did the best though happen to be the variants of the suits, just like that six print. So I think that that Ultimate Spider-Man kind of set that into play, and it just kind of rolled on to everything else. You know, everything else that has come out since then, people are going after these A covers like crazy right now, and it can
Yeah.
be special shit on the variants, and they're still going for the A cover.
Yeah, man. Even and it's not just in Marvel either. It's I'm seeing it in DC as well, man. Where there's a lot of great DC covers, but people are still just gravitating and making sure they um, grabbing these cover A's. So that's something to think about. Then we got
For sure.
Wolverine #49. I'm not sure what's going on with there. And then Daredevil #9. That one actually came out on April 4th. People were still picking those up. And T Jones is going in. And shout out to T Jones, man. He says he goes for A covers just because he's overwhelmed. Makes sense, man. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Just if you want to stick with the cover A, stick with the cover A, man. Like even remember Spider Woman #7, #9, the one with all the new kids and everything.
Yep.
Um,
#7.
there's the cover with all the fucking kids on there, but people, and I saw the sales. More sales were for that cover A Peach Momoko. So this is not smoke.
No, not the
This is real.
Momoko. That was cover C. That was the black
Was it
suit
cover C?
variant.
Okay.
The main
Okay.
cover is the one that you're talking about. That had the new character Liberty on it. Her first cover
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
appearance
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
on that prior Captain America we got a while back. But
Hmm.
you're absolutely fucking right, because on that C cover, right, it had Moon Squire, which is one of the new characters. It had
Hmm.
Cadet Marvel, which is one of the new characters. So yeah, but that pricing wise, the A cover is, I saw it going for about roughly around $20, but the black suit Momoko and the cover with all them on it is going for about $25 to $30 right now. So the way I look at it, all right, I know everybody's getting the A covers, right? 5 years down the line, I feel like there's going to be far less of those Momokos and far less of the cover C's with them all on it than the A cover, because I saw the eBay was just flooded with the A cover, but
Yeah.
you couldn't find the Momoko and you couldn't find the cover C.
Mm. It's what it is, man. Freaking ebbs and flows, man. You just never know what the new thing that people are going to love is going to be next, man. Um, let's see. So just a quick little look. These are, I know people got your opinions of like the big stuff that was out there, but these were the ones that kind of caught my eye for the ones that came out this week or kind of coming out and everything, and that are out there that people are just trying to push. That I've seen people already got the physical copies of, and that's Amazing Spider-Man 256. This one was a 1 in 25. Other facsimile, and this one was done by Miguel Mercado. Just freaking great fucking style, just clean. And once again, even though it's a homage to the original one, this one is just fucking gorgeous, man.
Yeah, it's sold out too. It's about sold
Yeah,
out everywhere right now. Yeah.
yeah. And then that we already talked about this one, that Energon Universe, spec number one, that Warren Johnson, great fucking one. Oh, and I saw a trailer for a Transformers fucking movie
Yep.
while I was there,
I,
man.
I forgot what it's called, but it's more like a kid movie, but it still looks good. I want to see
Yeah.
it.
Yes. Is it Energon One?
I think it's something like that. It's here. Let's see.
Yeah, it's like Energon One or some shit like that. And it's got freaking an Optimus and and Megatron and friends or some shit. It's fucking weird, man.
Yeah, Transformers One.
Transformers One. Yeah.
Yeah, and let me see if I remember. Um, yeah, you got Chris Hemsworth as Optimus Prime, and Brian Tyree Henry, the guy that played Fastos in Eternals, is playing Megatron, voicing Megatron.
Mm.
So, but another book you mentioned earlier, Lucas, I want to make people aware of is that last Daredevil. All right, not the one that dropped this week. All right, but it
The
was
before.
actually, I think it was released last week, right?
Yeah.
Did
Hmm.
you get a message about those being airs? Because I saw those same covers resolicited this week, I think it was,
Yes.
saying that the last ones were print airs. So people might want to
Yes.
hold on
So
to that last one, right?
right. So there was pages missing, is what was happening. Um, so
Yeah.
they allowed the retailers to order the new ones, and they were just going to send those out. But the problem is that it's not like there was a error to the cover or error to the inside stuff. It was just pages missing. So
Yeah.
a devious person would just fucking rip the pages out like, oh yeah, this is a fucking error message. I wouldn't expect too much on that one.
Yeah.
Unless they change the UPC code, um, that would make more sense if they if people were buying the shit out of it then. But otherwise, eh,
Yeah, I
you know,
just I just didn't even know, why it was resolicited. I was like, hold on, I just bought this shit. Why am I buying it again? So I mean, I think I grabbed the 1 in 25 again for the hell of it. I guess that one will be the complete one. So I don't know, dude. I'll put them bitches up as a set one day.
let's see if I can log in real quick.
It has been some good books this week. Wolverine 49. I haven't read this latest issue, but the whole thing about it is his new suit. I think the new suit had its first appearance in 48. So, it's just a continue. We got one more issue after this, so I'm happily that's the last issue, so we can get into some new Wolverine shit coming up.
Yeah, here we go. Here's the message from Penguin Random House. It says they've been notified of missing pages affecting all covers for Daredevil number 8. Um, at this time, the following UPCs for Daredevil number 8. Oh, so it's not just that cover A. So one, two, three, four, five, six, seven different freaking covers have been made returnable and can be reported with the affidavit returns window. Please place all other titles to the original cart. Blah blah blah. PRH does not require, and PRH didn't require you to submit proof of the printer defect. Covers are stripped, and PRH reserves the right to request proof of stripped covers. So, for instance, if you get caught fucking selling that shit, and they do track shit through fucking eBay, they do have the right to freaking call you up or send you an email like, hey man, freaking mind if you send us a photo of your strip fucking covers, and if you don't, then you'll just get freaking charged for that shit. So
Yeah,
that's a
I
thing.
saw it, so I just thought it was a good little thing, little tidbit to put people on. Probably, most people don't pay attention to that shit anyways, right?
Yeah. Mike Syke says that he grabbed a couple copies of the Punchline Joker cover of Batman number 147 this week, and not the cover A. So I'm not sure which one that is, but
Oh yeah, shout out to Mike Syke because that fucking cover is sick, and they sold out quite fast actually. Because in this Batman this week, you were supposed to have gotten a first appearance of a new Robin, an evil Robin that I
really,
guess is working alongside. Yeah, Failsafe, and I saw the panel. He looks fucking dope. Fucking dope. So it's kind of a Robin week too, because you remember that Boy Wonder cover that we were looking at. I think it was last week or week before. So that dropped, and then this 147 dropped. So yeah, that cover is amazing.
so I like this one as well. This one is a John Jiang cover for American Asian Pacific month with Ghostmaker, Clown Hunter with Ghostmaker, and then yeah, you were talking about the new Sidekick. This one is the one at 50. So
Yeah, that was extreme.
so I don't know. So I don't know. I might have to see that's a tough one, man, because for the retailers, because retailing at $5.99, that's a
Yeah.
$150 book. So let's see. In fact,
You know what? I think they did well though, because at the shop that I stop by every now and then, they were completely sold out. They only had maybe a couple of the A covers left, and the rest were pretty much gone.
mm, people buying the shit out of them. Let's see.
Yeah. They
All right.
also
Let's
had a
see.
1 in 25 on that too, but
Well, let's see. I'm looking at. There's this one bid shipping in from Australia, $33. There's a buy it now for $89.99. A buy it now for $34.99. Let me go ahead and put that in the cart real quick. I'm gonna read it first, make sure it's the right shit. Then I'm gonna fucking. Oh well, no, because there's a buy it now here for $22.40. There's a bid now for $10.50, and then there's a buy it now for $22.95 for $8.25 shipping. So, oh shit. So there's plenty of copies out there, and this one just came out. So I guess I'll have to read and see what the fuck is actually happening in that fucking book. Okay, let's see. And then there's Amazing Spider-Man. We talked about Energized Universe. And then yeah, there's the different covers. It looks like most of them sold out, especially at the distributor level. Um, there's that one pig that was in there for the Energized Universe. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I might be mistaken, but I'm thinking that that pig was from the Void Rivals um thing. So it might be interesting that that's in there. Then you got the on the cover C. What's her name? Isn't that the Duchess or what the Baroness?
Baroness, yeah.
Yeah. So definitely definitely trying to pull those together. Cover D sold out, and then there's your cover E sold out as well. Also, news with Strange Academy Blood Hunt #1. The Darkhold manifesting as a little boy. That one sold out. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We talked about this a couple times on the show. All the freaking. I thought the covers were absolutely fucking beautiful. kicking myself now that I didn't freaking didn't order any for especially that 1 in 10 for myself. I guess I'll probably just have to wait till that freaking freaking slows down and people forget about this fucking book. Um,
Yeah, if you need,
that
hey, if you need an extra, I got an extra one if you need it. Look,
yeah,
I picked up 4 of those 1 in 10s.
really, jeez,
Yes, sir. You talking about the foil, right? It's
yeah.
a
Is it
foil.
is it a foil?
Yeah.
It's foil. Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
And you know what's crazy? They actually put the regular covers up. I want to say week before this week, right? But they did not put up that foil until this week.
Really,
Yes,
jeez.
sir.
Fucking around with people's emotions on that shit. All right, let's see. Because what I'm wondering right now is, on the top 10, did any of this shit freaking pop up on their stuff? Probably not, because they do their tracking a little bit off from what I'm tracking. All right, so for the just comic books, just putting in freaking comic book freaking terms, um, free comic book day stuff. Shit, there's still a lot of good money to be made from being a Wednesday warrior, going to your local comic book shop, grabbing a freaking couple of copies, and then putting it on fucking eBay. Because think about it, if your retailer was giving it out for free, I was giving it out for free. I was selling shit out of motherfuckers. But going in there for free and then selling that for at least $4, then guess what? You probably made what at least $3 fucking profit. Those were in the freaking like hundreds, 120s, especially the Absolute Power #1, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right below that, then we actually see a new comic and the which one is that? Is that the Amazing Spider-Man, Scotty Young, Big Marvel? But then right below that, you got the Marvel Voices free comic book day, followed by the Universe Spider-Man #1, then the free comic book day for Star Wars, and then we are actually then is the second time we get to see an actual comic that was coming out, which was that Blood Hunt. Um, yeah, Blood Hunt Marvel Comics. Now, what the people have been asking me about this week is like, hey man, do you have any of the fucking red bands? I've got some red bands if you guys freaking need it. So don't freak out yet. Wait a couple weeks because I guarantee you people are going to forget about the fucking red band shit. Or let me know if you guys want to put together full sets because I think that's going to be a thing. I forget how many red bands are there because I know at least of 3 red bands
It's
or
gonna
the
be
whole
4.
thing with many red bands, more red bands.
Yeah.
So that might be something you might want to do. Collect all the red bands. Don't forget that that Thor 1 in 25 was a fucking red band. That one was freaking pretty gnarly as well. But I it's not something that we haven't seen before. But I do like the execution so far, right? Um,
Hmm.
fucking Avengers just getting fucked up, turning into vampires, getting killed by fucking vampires. Even today, I just read the Amazing Spider-Man that was tied into the freaking Blood Hunt, but he's fucking around with White Rabbit, and she's about to fuck his shit up. That one was a fucking pretty fucking good read. So I actually like it. But it's kind of weird to have these vampire stories when it's not Halloween, but still, it's still pretty fucking good. I freaking like to read. I don't know. Have you gotten read anything this week?
Yeah, I nearly caught up the whole story. The only thing that I need to read, I was in the middle of it before we started, but Doctor Strange, and I think
Okay.
the it's one more after that, and that catches you fully up to the whole story. But Blood Hunters was really good. I enjoyed that. It had like a little heartfelt moment between Man Wolf and J. Jonah Jameson. So I just thought that was great. Um, other than that, dude, I read The Amazing 2, and I enjoyed that as well because the little twist with White Rabbit going on, I think that's tight. And I'm just curious to see. The biggest question I have is surrounding Venom. All right. I want to know what's really, what direction are we getting ready to go in? All right.
Yeah, don't
After I
fucking know.
read the what was it? I think it was in the Ultimate Spider-Man book, or it was in Blood Hunt. I think it was in one of those. It was in the Free Comic Book Day book, but it left off with we saw like a version of Eddie Brock, right? Then we saw a future version of Dylan, but when they left it off, we Dylan was talking with the eventuality, right? And they didn't pick up there in Venom. So was that
Mm.
in? It couldn't have been issue 32 because that didn't have anything to do with Blood Hunt. I think the first tie-in for Venom was 33. So I was kind of like lost there. I thought it was like a gap in continuity right there. You know what I mean?
Gaps in continuity for Marvel? You don't say.
Yeah.
You're just you're just all over the fucking place, man. It's I don't even get tied up with that shit anymore. It was like, oh, okay, whatever. See, the book sucks or it fucking doesn't. It's just it is what it is, man. Um,
It's off to a good start though. You know, the whole story
it's
overall, it's off to a good start.
yeah, man. Just as long as we don't have another fucking thing of Jubilee fucking turning into a fucking vampire, I think it will be good. All right, let's before we go into FOC, let's go ahead and take a. Do you need a break, man?
No, I'm good to go.
Okay, let's go. Just take a 50-second break, and then we'll be right back. Start with the FOC.
Oh, the time is now, the time is here. Now's the time for a bite of cheer. A tasty light where the price is right. Well, look at here, you'll dig this sight. The moment's handy for a piece of candy. Just name your brand, they're all so grand. Hey, what do you think of a nice cool drink? Or a big box filled with a popcorn thrill? Let your taste buds meet with an ice cream treat. Refresh yourselves, it's time to eat. So come on, folks, let's join the band as we all head for the refreshment stand.
And now, before the next show starts, let's enjoy an intermission. You'll find our snack bar chock full of good things to eat and drink. Tasty, tempting hot dogs, thirst-quenching soft drinks, fresh, crunchy popcorn, a complete assortment of delicious candy, and a full line of cigarettes. You've plenty of time, so visit the snack bar now. A tasty treat will double your enjoyment of the show. For your convenience, we shall keep you informed of the remaining intermission time.
All right, I hope you guys got a little bit of smoke. When it got you another beer if you needed to. Um, looking at the top 10, and they're still just on honorable mentions. Good lord, man, it's taking their sweet time with stuff. But here we go. FOC, first one that freaking kind of caught my eye is Distillery. They're still doing their thing. They're still going with those long form, big ass fucking magazine type freaking books. Some of them are good reads, some of them are but it's hard to ignore them because they've already said, hey, and they said to me in private, hey, we are trying to get these in front of Hollywood producers, get them to be part of like its scripts, and that's where they're going. So this one, I don't know about this one. Blasphemous covers look freaking great, look fucking gorgeous, but I just don't know about the fucking story. This one is by Merca and Duffo. This is fucking gorgeous, man. Now DC, this one is by Junie Bob, the boy fucking wonder, Black Label, book 2. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this. I guess I need to freaking check this one out. Because I thought Robin was a teenager, so how much Black Label can you freaking get on this freaking one? That's gonna be freaking interesting. Poison Ivy, fucking Cho, just fucking doing this fucking thing, and everybody's fucking ignoring the shit out of him. And man, this freaking great freaking is that what does that say? Is that Malila? Jesus, a lot of legs for days. And I'm kind of wondering because usually when you put roses all over like that, it's usually like a short form for a vagina. So I'm wondering if that's what they're going for here. So this one is, why is it not expanding? Uh-oh. Slow ass fucking technology. Well, anyways, let's keep it going because that shit's not going where I want to go. And then this one is great as freaking well. For Poison Ivy number 23. Looks like a great fucking, like it could be a great fucking tattoo. Uh-oh. It's like the fucking lunar site is fucking crashing shit on my fucking on my fucking My Adventures with Superman issue number 1. I would have to freaking figure this shit out. Has the My Adventures with Superman been published before anywhere? I don't freaking know. Because they do have some different characters in there. Some of these characters are different races and all that other stuff. So this was almost making like a different universe. Freaking Superman. Kneel before Zod. Great freaking cover. Don't know. You got my man freaking kneeling with him. I mean, they got his cape all fucked up. And then another great freaking Kneel before Zod cover. And this is issue number 6. Don't know why he's got the Z tattooed or fucking. It's not just tattooed. It's fucking scarred on his fucking chest. By the man Lucio Perillo. Oh, and by the way, that Poison Ivy that I was trying to freaking read, that I couldn't fucking read, it said what I thought it was saying. It just didn't make any sense to me. It's a 1 in 25. Her name is Nimit, Nimit, Nimit Malavia. But I couldn't fucking read it. And Birds of Prey, another freaking great freaking cover. Well, it's a good cover. I wouldn't say it's a great cover, but it's a good cover. They've got several covers. There's a Leonardo Romero. There's a freaking Villa card. And this one is the 1 in 25 by Serg Acuna. And then this one is your Sweeney Boo. Batman 89 Echoes. Another great freaking Catwoman cover. This one is an open order. Cover B by Scott Forbes. It's going to be a cardstock.
That yeah, dude, Scott Forbes has been killing shit lately. And I just got a chance to look it up. Remember that My Adventures of Superman you're talking about earlier, right? I just looked it up and that was an actual show, bro. They got seasons of that shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But back to this Scott Forbes dude, he's been killing shit. I mean, he has a few covers coming up, and I don't know why, but as of lately, he's been drawing women just fucking phenomenal. I mean, going back to that Something Killing the Children, I like that. But
Yeah.
I mean, everything he's been dropping is just fucking immaculate these days, you know?
And so, I mean, this is going to be the best leather girl in fucking leather with a fucking whip cover of the week, right? For those who like that shit, definitely freaking homage to those actual freaking S&M outfits that Blind Adam likes so much. Much respect to the brother. But it just captures great. It captures the fucking actual fucking boots and everything. Kind of gimpish, but off gimp, right? Because they didn't actually buy in her mouth or anything like that. But definitely got it down to include the stomach part of the bustier that's kind of supposed to shrink the freaking waist. Just really great. So it looks like he actually used an actual fucking model for this one
Yeah.
that actually knows how to wear the shit. Because that is the thing that I do notice is when some of these artists use models, sometimes they just throw the costume at the fucking models and expect them to know how to wear that shit. Nope. In this instance, it looks like the person he had modeled actually was in the industry, knows how to fucking wear that shit, and she put it on really nice. Even the little strings that are freaking coming off is a really nice touch as well.
Yeah, it is. It,
Um, Cover A, Joe Quinones, Paulo Rivera. Paulo Rivera.
that
Da,
I
da,
like that
da.
too. That's fucking sick.
Then coming in again, but Delato. Looks like he's got to pay the bills again. Batman, number 148.
That's fire too.
And here we go. This is a freaking punchline freaking cover. You mentioned the one that she did before, 147, that had her with the Joker. That one's a freaking good one, but this one is good as well. But this one is a 1 and 25, written by Chip Zdarsky. Cover artist is Hamari. Never heard of the person before. Um, so it says this is the finale. It says it all comes down to this: Batman versus Batman with Demon's Life and the future of Gotham hanging in the balance. Nothing can prepare either version of the Dark Knight for what is about to happen. So I don't know what's happening in 147, whether there is a new Batman or where the other Batman came from, but that's what's happening in this particular issue. And here we go. That's another freaking cover. Let's see, but which one is this one? Is this the cover? Yep, cover B by Wu Chu Lee. Kind of freaking silly, a little bit silly, and I'll tell you why. Because Batman is supposed to be a master fighter. You know, when you throw your punches, you don't freaking extend that fucking leg. Also, you fucking keep your fucking hand up so you don't fucking get knocked in the fucking face. So you fucking jab out unless you're fucking coming up with that uppercut. And you don't freaking stand the leg because you stand that leg, you're off fucking balance. So, Mr. Wu Chu Lee, what the fuck?
Eh, hey man, you know what? For what it is, it's not that bad, dude. But when you put in fight analytics and shit, yeah, that fucking sucks. Then, you know, you know what? And fuck you, Lucas, for putting that shit in my head because I was about to buy this shit.
Look, even like the little flannel, the little fins on this. Usually that
Yeah,
shit's on the side of the forearm and shit,
yeah,
right?
I've never seen
So
it
as you're
pointed up.
yeah, and so as you're coming across, right? So even if you miss, because sometimes you miss them, even if you miss those fucking flips, those little flips, fucking catches the fucking person a little bit,
Yeah,
right? But he's got it on fucking top. Like, no, man, fuck that. But all right, man. And then here we go with this is cover C by Yasmin Putri.
I like Yasmin Putri's work, dude. She's fucking amazing. She did this Ghost Spider 1 in 25 on issue 3 back in the day. That's still up there for a lot of money. It's fucking nice too, but she does nice work. We gotta see if we can find her and you know
Bring it on,
get her
yeah,
on her. Yeah.
yeah. All right, this is Dark Horse Comics. I gotta freaking put them on every once in a while. This is issue number 3. This is probably going to be your best tentacle cover of the week. Monsters Are My Business, written by Cullen Bone, drawn by Patrick Piazzalunga and Bracco. It's got all types of weird shit going on because if you look very closely, there's a girl on here, and the girl, her tatas are teeth, or tatas have teeth. So a lot of weird shit going on here.
And she's a real eater. Shout out to Blind Adam. This is his shit.
Rob Noon says, "Show us, man, Shadowbox."
You know, you throw that shit, dude. You know,
Yeah,
you see the way my hand is twerking, dude. It's
yeah.
not
Keep it up.
twerking like this, like that. You know,
Maybe
you
keep it
don't
up.
punch a motherfucker like that.
Yeah, yeah. You keep it up. Unless your guy keeps moving. If he keeps moving, then you're coming across like that. But what you never want to do is you try as much as you can to not freaking extend yourself, because if you're reaching out, you're not gonna be able to come back. And fighters love when you freaking try and reach out, because that's a whole freaking another point 0.5 seconds for you to try and freaking come back. And while you're freaking trying to come back, you're fucking done. Then they fucking get to go on the offensive and light your ass up. All right, here we go with Dark Horse Comics. They're trying something. With
Whew.
Usagi Yojimbo.
This motherfucker is off the chain. And this is what for issue 3, right?
Yep, issue number 3, The Crow, part 3 of 5. Just a beautiful fucking cover, man. This.
Shout out to fucking Derek Chu on this one. This
Yeah,
motherfucker is magnificent. Can't
just
wait to get that shit. I cannot wait. And we even got
see.
another banger for number 4 whenever we get to that shit. Because, yeah, it was just revealed this week. But when we get to number 4, that motherfucker is a banger too. So now we have a cover for damn near each issue now. Now, this is just fucking phenomenal, though. I'm sorry. I had to take a couple of seconds for this one. That's fucking
Yeah.
amazing.
Now I tell you what, this one right here, not bad at all is either. And this one
Is that a
is
1 in 50?
it's a 1 of 40. They decided to
Holy
get a little
shit.
weird with it and say, let's do a fucking 140, right? Which I'm all about. You know what? The only problem is I don't like the fact that they did it's $4.99 for your regular covers. That's the only
Yeah.
fucking thing that's a little fucking weird. They shouldn't have fucking did that. They should have just left it alone. They should have stayed with the 1 of 10s. I would have been all over that shit all day.
You know what?
Still,
I still like it though. It has a realism aspect to a cartoon, so it's still fucking dope. It's you know
yeah, it definitely looks like they used an actual freaking person model for it, and then they just stuck a rabbit. I don't know if that's a rabbit or that's a rhino, right? I think that's a rhino.
dude, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
it's
lie
just
to you.
yeah. They just cut his horn off.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right, I see it now. Yeah, yeah. Either way it goes, that motherfucker is nice, dude. And they should have kept it at a 1 in 10 though, like you said. But I mean, Usagi, they're always great pickups for me because I think they're just low print, and after some time passes, they get really hard to find. So that's definitely gonna be a pickup for me. Said 1 in 40, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We are going to. You mentioned Usagi Ojimbo, but the one that's coming out for issue number 4. What we got up here is number 3. This one's going to be for number 4. The FOC is going to be June 16th. It's coming out July 17th. It's going to be $4.99, and this one is a regular. David Nakayama decided to do this motherfucker right here.
Fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. That cover is just fucking gorgeous. And Dave is such a great guy. It makes me appreciate his art on another level. I mean, this dude is one of the nicest. I'd say one of the nicest artists I've ever fucking talked to before. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it
So
makes me appreciate his work.
speaking of, I think you were trying to schedule something for next week, if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken.
sir. Yeah, we'll have Nakayama in the house next Friday.
Nice,
Guaranteed, locked in.
nice, man. It's gonna be freaking great. man, and we just got to figure out what we're gonna, because man, we could freaking show David Nakayama covers all day, man. But this one,
all day.
see. We're gonna have to pull some up and figure out which ones were the best ones, man. But this one, I don't know, man. It's shit.
It's fire,
This is
bro.
this might go. If it was maybe like a 1 in 10, maybe, or a 1 in 25, it would definitely go in as cover. Go in for solicitation as cover of the year. Definitely.
Yeah,
This one is
definitely.
freaking absolutely freaking amazing. All right,
Yeah,
let's keep it
he's been
going.
hitting shit out of the park lately too, dude. He got a lot of shit coming out. So
Sir. All right, here we go. This one is by the man, fucking IDW. Decided to pull it out. It's with a Star Trek #1, cover B by Raza. Just
whew, I don't buy Star Trek covers like that, but I'm gonna pick up at least 4 of these. That motherfucker is nice.
so
I'm
fucking
feeling
clean.
that. Yeah, I'm feeling that one.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, black, white, and green. This one is a cover A by Rodriguez. Okay. I'm not feeling this like I was the other ones, but this one right here,
Yes,
cover
yes,
B
sir.
by Love. Just I can't even fucking explain it, man. It's like, damn, it's so fucking simple. Like we got all these negative space variants and everything, but the fucking graininess, the fucking artistic style of this, that the fact that it's just so different. Just it doesn't say anything, but it says so much, man. It's just fucking amazing. And this one's an open order for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, black, white, and green, #2, cover B by Love. And then this one is like, eh, eh, it's okay. This one is the boss foil. It's okay. The nose is a little weird because #1, turtles don't
Yeah,
have noses. I don't know, so I don't know what the fuck's going on with there. But it's there. It's going to be there. And then this one is the Untold Destiny of the Foot Clan, issue #4. Story still going on about the old girl. This one's the which one is that one? That is the 1 in 10 by Santos. Stand by. Let me see this cover A. Eh, it's okay. It's not bad at all. It's actually pretty nice. This one is the cover A by Santa Loco.
yeah. I actually like that one more than the other one, to be honest with you. That's kind of fire.
Yeah. I think I talked about this one last week. Bear Pirate Viking Queen, second print by Image, man. So once again, I told this motherfucker a year ago to fucking do this shit. He told me to go fuck myself, very politely. And here we are. Here we are. Now he's making shit with the fucking second print, man. So if there's anybody that I want to have on this fucking show, it's him. So I can fucking say, I told you fucking so, motherfucker. But I think somebody from Comic Crusaders had already fucking interviewed him like a while ago. So I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna wait till the shit gets scripted up. Then I'm gonna bring him on. Falling in Love on the Path to Hell. Just a fucking gorgeous cover. This one right here is the 1 in 10 incentive. Done by Rian Gonzalez. Just beautiful fucking cover, man.
Yeah, it definitely is. It reminds me of her Excalibur cover she did, kind of in the face.
Yeah. Uh huh.
And she's on fire though, dude. I pick up everything she does.
This one is cover A by Brown, a homage to Star Wars.
I like that shit too. That shit's fire.
Gunslinger Spawn #32. This one is a cover A by Grant. I know this one is going to sell out. This one is Philadelphia. This one is going to be a crane. And then there's a black and white for issue 270. And then there's your Peanuts homage. Joe 4771 says, do a DNA Nakayama giveaway.
Yeah, we could probably work something up. We'll see what
Mhm.
we can do. I between myself and him, I'm pretty sure we can work something up. So we'll see what we can do.
Here we go with Scarlet issue number 1. Some of the covers we still haven't seen yet. Yeah, we're still missing the Romero. Then there's a 1/100 spoiler, and then there's a Mac that still hasn't been revealed. A Howard black and white. Yeah, there's the Epting. And yeah, if you guys want to see the other covers, you can turn into my Instagram, and I'll put that stuff out there. But here we go with a Spawn Scorched number 30. Cover Me by Glapian. It's nasty. Amazing Spider-Man Blood Hunt. Bjorn Barons. Why the fuck is Morbius getting fucked up?
Fucking fire. I don't know. Maybe because he's living and they're not. Because he's the living vampire, so the dead ones, they fucking hate him. I guess. But I know that is fucking dope. I know that much.
Yeah.
I mean, dude just hit shit out the park.
Of course, there's your big Marvel. And this one's for Avengers number 15. And for these big Marvels, Scotty Young, just remember that if it's black and white or a sketch or anything like that, just remember that it's a 1 of 50. But here's one with the color. And I'm not going to show all the black and whites for this one. But here's your Avengers number 15, Jung Jung Yoon. There's Deadpool Hildebrandt.
I can't wait for these.
This one's pretty interesting. This one is a Deadpool. It looks like it's like a video game homage. This one's done by Matthew Waite.
Yep, he does a lot of 8-bit variants, so yeah, it's definitely like a game homage.
Here's your Rob Liefeld, which is weird because I thought he quit. Did Rob Liefeld quit drawing or just writing, or did he just?
He quote unquote retired from Deadpool, but that doesn't stop all the shit that he already had coming out prior to that announcement. So he still has a bunch of shit trickling out because I guess he wanted to focus on something else or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he's supposed to be retired from Deadpool.
Yeah. Well, he does have. It's probably that Evangeline shit with Margot Robbie and Olivia Wilde.
Probably.
And I forget what the fuck this shit is. It's Deadpool Wolverine World War III number 2. This one is a Bazaldua Stormbreakers variant. And let's see, they're caught in a snowy wasteland with no hope of survival except each other. If they can fight off the enhanced forces of those who watch, only one battle remains: Logan versus Wade Wilson. It can only end in death. And then the story behind the Delta revealed. So I have no idea who these guys are. Fantastic Four, Blood Hunt, Alex Ross. Arthur Adams. Here's your big Marvel Scotty Young. Giant size Daredevil. This one's your Greg Land variant. Marvel Gods Greg Land. What the fuck is going on with all that cum? What the fuck's going on? How you been looking? How you been liking Gods so far?
Gods is fucking amazing. I think it's actually the most slept on story that is out right now. And I think that once these characters go into play a little bit harder, everybody's going to run back for the Hellfire Gala that we got,
Hmm.
the most recent one. They're going to be running for that second print because that was, I believe, all their first cover appearances on that Hellfire Gala second print. And then going forward, this is going to be the last issue. I think it ends at 8. So whatever little seeds that Hickman has already planted through the previous issues, I think we're going to get one last cliffhanger, and then we'll start to see these characters pop up in different places. So
Yeah. Wasn't their first appearance in the free comic book day as well?
I believe so. In the you talking about in the Ultimate Spider-Man? You talking about the last year's?
Last year, it was like 2023 or some shit.
Yeah, I think it was. I want to say it was in that Avengers X-Men crossover one. I think that's the one, and
Yeah.
it may have been that, but yeah, this issue number 8, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it's the
Yeah.
last issue. So, but yeah, dude, I have no clue why people slept on this shit. I don't know, if they just don't feel like reading shit. But dude, it's been a great story. Um, Oblivion has showed up. Now he's been in there since like maybe 3 issues ago, but we rarely ever got this guy. He's never had any type of power level like comparison, right? So they just put him on the same level as the Living Tribunal. So when
Mm.
when Jonathan Hickman said that he was going to rewrite the power hierarchy, right? He did just that because previously Oblivion we thought to be like a all powerful, and if the entire multiverse ended, right, only Oblivion would remain. But now we come to find out some more shit about Oblivion where it's the Living Tribunal's brother, so they're on par levels. Jonathan Hickman has brought them up to par level, and I think that this shit is going to make a difference with the rest of the shit coming up. All right, because if I'm not mistaken, he's not done after Gods. I think he has other shit still going on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. They gotta throw him a bone, put some of his shit on the MCU or something, man.
oh, it's coming, because we got Secret Wars coming up, and if I'm being honest, I felt like Gods is almost perfect to. All right, we've done the Infinity Saga, where we've gotten into the stones, right? Now we're in the multiverse saga, where we're getting into time, dimensions, different universes, right? So the only other place we can go from there is up. And that's when we start. Secret Wars is going to be our entry into the power hierarchy beings, the gods and, the dimensional characters, all that type of shit. So, because I know the next full saga should probably be the mutant saga, and then they'll get into the hierarchy. So I think this
Mm.
gods might be one of the things that they could end up using, because Win is pretty much a more powered up fucking what's his name, Constantine, DC
Okay.
Constantine.
Yeah.
So he's the avatar of pretty much God.
Something like that. I forget what his name. And I thought was what very interesting was in that last one of the last issues where his assistant they kind of laid out what his story was. Is that he was an
Yeah.
orphan and his parents were astronauts, and then one day they just disappeared in the fucking space. And ever since then, he's been trying to get up enough magic to go look for him, and he finally finds him, man. And then we after that we don't fucking see him again. So that was that seemed like that should have been in one of the beginning issues, man. That would have been really interesting to
Yeah.
figure that shit out. Figured out like, hey, this they in the first one or two issues, it should have been like, hey, I'm here because I'm trying to find my fucking parents, and then
Yeah.
we could have went through here, and then in number 7 or 8, that's when you freaking let us know, okay, you fucking found them, and then that should have been a tie over till the second volume of fucking guys, man. So I think they kind of wasted
No, you know
some
what?
opportunities with
Because
that one.
they did leave it at a cliffhanger, right? Because he fucking disappeared, and the whole thing about it when he brought his mom back, she told him like, "Hey, your fucking dad is still out there, right?" That's why he disappeared. So I think it's gonna be some type of twist where we find out his dad turned into a fucking cosmic entity or some shit.
It's going to be interesting, and once again, it's very unfortunate that people just aren't fucking reading it. Um, you know,
I mean, hell, if you don't
it
want to
feels
read
like
it, check it out on fucking Comics Explained, dude. Rob breaks that shit down, magnificently.
yeah,
If you don't feel like reading it, take you what 30 minutes, you catch up on the entire series.
yeah. I feel like it's going the way of same way that was it the Eternals was right. So the latest volume of the Eternals, which was fucking amazing and fucking rewrote the way the Eternals kind of fucking work. Especially with the way that hey, every time they come back, they got to drain uh, humans or they got to kill off one human to bring them back. I thought that was fucking amazing and nobody cared about that shit because nobody was fucking reading at all.
Yeah.
We were all fucking chasing covers for no fucking reason. But I don't know, man.
Well, hey, you got to
All right.
remember too, though, Lucas. I think that with the MCU, we were talking about how they could possibly twist this shit in there. Well, remember, they already kind of started because if you want to get technical, we went up a step above humans, right? Where we had all our fucking superheroes, Captain America, Hulk, all the Avengers, right? Then we took another step up. Then we got the Eternals, right? Then in that very same movie, we got another step up, being the Celestial, Ariashim the Judge, right? So
Mhm.
now in Fantastic Four, Quinky Dink, we're getting Galactus. So it looks like they're introducing the big cosmic entities one by one. And I think by the time they work all this shit up, we'll get some type of representation of the one below all or
well,
one above all.
yeah. So the problem is they don't know. They absolutely do not know how to fucking do it because they try to do it in Love Thor, Thor, God of Love and
That
Thunder and shit,
yeah, Love and
and
Thunder.
because that was Infinity and what's his name?
Eternity. Yeah.
Eternity and Infinity, right?
Yeah.
And they're children of the one above all. So they just fucked it up because they did all that other bullshit first, and then they got us to that one. If they were going to do that, they probably should have just made it into a freaking TV series and then take your fucking time. How the fuck are we finding out about Jane's fucking cancer in a fucking movie and then it's kind of brushed off. Oh, I have cancer, but it's not a fucking big thing. Yeah, bitch, it is. It's kind of a big fucking thing. Um, it should have been a whole fucking TV series where we struggle and we see her struggle to do that and make those big decisions in between going to save somebody or actually killing herself because the chemo is not taking well. They didn't do that at all. It was like, okay, boom, here we go. Oh, here's gore in one episode. And oh yeah, we're back in Snellenheim with Thor. Oh yeah, here's fucking Jane. Oh shit, now over here we're in fucking negative zone space and shit, man. And oh, by the way, here's Infinity and Eternity. They did too fucking much, man. In a movie, it was
That I felt like that was Taika Waititi that really rush job that shit and fucked it up. Because when I talked to Jason Aaron, I said, "Hey, dude, did they take you out? Did they did Taika Waititi bring you on set to narrate your story or what? And he was like, we chatted about it, but it wasn't like that. They brought him out to the set, but Taika Waititi didn't stick to his original material like that, right? So, Jason Aaron was just telling me like, hey, dude, they just really didn't correlate with him on how those characters were supposed to be really represented, right? So you had Taika Waititi pushing a bunch of shit in the film and rushing a bunch of shit, which is why they took his ass off of the next one. So the next Thor is supposed to be a serious Thor movie now. All right. So above all else, I'll give him a couple of things, okay? Number one, I enjoyed when they went and fucked with Zeus, all right? And you had all the different god pantheons sitting around, right? I enjoyed that scene because I mean I went through that scene and combed it for as many of the pantheons as I could find, and they did put a lot of good shit in that part. Now, since we got the gods, right, we can only go up from there. So when they gave us the eternity wishing well, I felt like that was just a nod to the fact that they are going to bring in bigger cosmic entities because after getting the celestials they can't just leave it there and be like, all right, well, these are the most powerful motherfuckers in the universe, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
So shout out to Awesome Sauce Radio, Blind Adam. He says, "Saying what's up." He he's not going to be on with us this week. He says he'll be back on next week. Not feeling well tonight. Love you guys. Say, hey man, freaking look, Adam, man. If you just start wearing the love glove, then you wouldn't need so many fucking, so many vaccines and fucking, and antiseptics and all that shit, man. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Feeling sick all the damn time, man. Don't maybe don't let the girl blow you and then blow in your fucking eye and kiss you. There's just steps. I'm saying, dude, just the steps. But yeah, man, absolutely freaking agree on all that, man. So that I think that's so everything you're saying, I think, can absolutely freaking agree with, which may be why people stop fucking reading, right? Because why even fucking read the fucking books if I know that at some point they're going to take that material and put it in the MCU? Probably will put it in the MCU, but it won't be represented correctly. So people fucking stop reading it, especially because remember it used to be a big thing that right before a movie would come out about your favorite hero, you would go and read like everything about that fucking character. Now you can't fucking do it because if you do that, you're gonna go to the theater and you're gonna be upset because it's not gonna be the same fucking guy.
you're gonna be expecting shit, and then they haven't been giving it to us lately. So, they've been trying to twist all the material up to make a good fucking film, and they're not. I feel like they're not paying enough dividends to the original material. And that's
No.
one of the things that me and Jason Aaron talked about when I was at the LA Comic Con. Because that was, that's one of the biggest questions on my mind is when they're using, the material from these people. Like, give you example, we're coming up to Secret Wars, right? Now they said that it's supposed to be the 1984 run and Jonathan Hickman's run. All right. So
Yeah.
they're supposed to be mixing the material up, right? Now, hey, most people, if you're like me, all you want to see is God, Emperor, motherfucking Doom. And if they do that, I'll give them a pass. All right. Because we need fucking Doom, man. We need
Yeah.
real Doom, not fucking Michael B. Jordan fucking Doom, all right, and not that other fucking Doom from the other Fantastic Four movies. No, we don't need that. Even though, now that I say that, be on the lookout in Deadpool Wolverine, because we might fuck around and see the Doom from the Fox universe. You know,
Mm.
and the only reason why I say that is because if you remember in the first fucking trailer that they released, there was a guy on in the void or in that fucking planet, right? The trash planet. And he was standing on that machine and he had that big ass satellite dish that came out on the side of him. But he had on a green cloak and a fucking metal face mask. And I was just like, what? Fucking Doom. But because of the fact that we already know that the guy that played the Thing in the original two Fantastic Four films for Fox,
Mm-hmm.
he was caught on set. All right. So take
Mm.
from that what you will, but we know he's going to be in the film. And we also know that Chris Evans has just signed another contract. Um, I know for sure that the contract aimed at him being in Secret Wars, but you never know. He could fuck around and pop up as a Human Torch again. So who knows?
Yeah. Man, can't wait to see all this shit. Tom, how's it going? What's the hap? Want to give a shout out to Tom and Awesome Sauce Radio and Robo Boob. Maybe that's how you're supposed to do it. It says Rob Noon, but I think it's Robo Boo. I think that's what if that's not what you should supposed to say, then you need to change your fucking name because that would be an awesome name. D Solo, T Jones, Patrick Mel, Jesse Sweet, and GT Key Comics. Thank you guys. But yeah, all good freaking commentary, man. Freaking good stuff, man. But let's keep it rolling. Godzilla King of Monsters. This is going to be a facsimile foil for this one. Incredible Hulk. Marvel Voices Pride got Hulkling and the Hulk on the same freaking cover. I think that was kind of interesting. Um, what's even more interesting is usually when you have a character with their backside to you, it's usually a girl. But now they got Hulk with his ass out, showing it to us on the freaking cover. Not sure what they were going for with this one, but all right, y'all do you. Then here is your Scotty Young Big Marvels, or issue number 13 for the Incredible Hulk. Miles Morales number 21, Scotty Young. Then Spider Boy number 8. This one is going to be the first appearance of the Puzzle Man. There's a Spider Boy number 8, Big Marvels. Spider Man Shadow of the Green Goblin. If you look closely at this cover, you'll see there's a big question mark. Don't know if this is a new character or if it's just a hidden character, but sometimes when you put out a mystery like that, some of those covers actually do pretty well. Is Spider Boy any good? There's still the specter of mystery about what in the fuck is going on with the guy. So it's okay. It's okay. It's not in the right home about yet. Um, they unfortunately they spoiled where he came from and all that other stuff when they didn't really have to. But that's okay. That's okay. Here's your Hildebrandt. Star Wars Darth Vader. Lionel Yu. And then I take it back. I think this one might be the best octopus tentacle type cover for the week.
Yeah, it is pretty dope.
This one is a 1 in 25 for Star Wars Darth Vader. This one is Thanos Rose Beige.
Yeah, I can't. I've been waiting for that one.
Frank Miller. Looks like he might be having a little paralytic issues with the mouth. Not sure what the fuck's going on, but all right. I forget which cover this one is. This one is your Scotty Young Big Marvels. Oops. Then there's your Ultimate Spider-Man 6th print, which is on FOC this week. So what do we think? We think this one is definitely going to sell out?
Hell yeah.
It comes out?
Definitely. Everybody wants that. I mean, I haven't had anybody that said they weren't getting it. Everybody that has seen this cover so far want it. Like I said, we were waiting on that since that Panini drop.
Mm-hmm.
Is Rampage.
And here we go with the Ultimate X-Men.
Oh yeah, and that's looks like it'll be a first cover too for the girl in the blue. I don't
Yeah.
remember seeing her on that Momoko that comes out or goes up next week, comes out next week, right?
Mhm.
I don't remember seeing it. I don't think she was one of the three, was she? Because I thought the girl in the middle was purple. Then you had the one with the bunny ears, and then you had the other one. So I think that's going to be a first cover appearance too.
I guess we'll have to check it out and find out. Unless she's in the book. But yeah, you said cover appearance? Probably.
Yeah.
Let's see. Actually, do they have so there's that one. Let me see. Hisako and Maze Claimant. No, it's Nico. That's Nico Minoru. So it's for the Ultimate Universe. This is gonna be her first, but that's just Nico.
Yeah.
And then there's your Peach Momoko. There is your Megan Wetrick or Megan Hetrick Ultimate Special. I like this one. There's your
Yeah.
Peach
That's fine.
Momoko 1 in 10. X-Men Blood Hunt one shot. Oh, see, now they look what they did. They brought her back as a vampire. I knew it. I knew they were going to do that shit. X-Men Heir of Apocalypse. It's going to be a bunch of different ones. Let's see. Do we have the? Yeah, I think I got this one. Yep, Hildebrandt 1 in 50. Yeah, there was the Thanos Rose Beige, Frank Miller. Let's go, Charles Rotten, issue number 2. I forget which one this one is. This one was silly. American Mythology Productions, Al Capone Vampire, issue number 0. Space Ghost, issue number 2, Matina. And you know there's going to be all types of different ones. You know there's going to be a foil. You know there's going to freaking be a metal. Fucking dynamite fucking off. Ooh, Vampirella Dark. So let me hold. Let me find this one. I didn't want to pull this one up because I was at work when I was doing this shit, and you know how Vampirella covers are, man.
Yeah. That's the one I asked you about last week. That's exactly the prison. I was like, hey, did you see that Vampirilla last week? That's what I was talking about.
It's fucking gorgeous, man.
Fucking amazing. She's been really hitting shit out of the park.
All right, but now she's going to battle against Lucio Perillo.
Ooh.
Both of those were open order, but so there is that. I'm looking at the that Frizzen. There is a medal for that one. That's usually $100. I might get that one. Yeah, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna definitely get that one. Hold, let me put my order in for that motherfucker so I don't forget.
I wonder, did they do a regular limited version on that too? You know how they do like the $29.99 and $50 covers?
They do. If they do one for the Perillo. Let's see for Frizzen. No, there's 1 in 10 for the Frizzen.
Yeah, so
There's a
hopefully
1 in
that'll be the
20.
version.
Yeah, there's a 1 in 20 for the Frizzen. There's FOC Ultraviolet for the Perillo. Yeah, so there looks like there's only the regular open order for the Frizzen and then like the Centas for the Frizzens. Oh, wait. Okay, no, so there's a $50 limited version.
Yeah, that's the one right there.
Yeah.
Only
Quantity.
because I try to get on those because when I post the books, right? Those fucking foils, dude, are a son of a bitch to actually take a picture of. So I try to get those versions because it's easier for people to see.
Yeah, Yeah, so there's so there's a metal premium, which is $100, and there's a Frozen limited version, but it doesn't say anything about a foil for it. Now there's foils for the Perillo, which is $29.99, and there's a metal. No, that's just the Perillo. So I guess I'll fuck around and go ahead and do the foil
Hey, chat,
here.
which one you guys looking at? You guys want the Perillo or the Frizen or both? And I'm a fan of both, so I think I'm gonna aim for both of them. But I think if I had a choice, I'd say that Frizen is just amazing. So
Look at that. Look at
yeah,
that.
fucking
Shit.
amazing.
Let's say they decided to just fucking go battle. All right, let's see. Let's keep it going. Oh wait, that's right.
So we got Joe 47771. He said he's going for the Perillo.
And Tom says the version is awesome. All right, here we go with Wesley Snipes is the exiled. There's a couple covers up there. There's Mac fucking metal and foils and all the other shit, man, that's up there. This one, once again, this one is written by Wesley Snipes. He actually, the issue number ones came out like a while ago, but now they're offering foils and metals for all this shit.
Yeah, and I think that Blade homage was 1 in 25 originally. But let's keep it going.
Yeah. Oh, so also the Blade Runner homage is limited to 100, and the metal is limited to 30.
Mm.
The black metal for the Mac is limited to 25.
Yeah, those are some pretty good numbers.
13 origins for a Gilla Girl, number 1 by Scout Comics. Don't say I never pushed in the indies. All right, here we go. So on Steam, there's a game called Cult of the Lamb. Okay. Now they've got Oni Press now has a comic book for this. This is issue number 1 right here. Then our good friend Tony Fleeks, who has been on fire this fucking year, been doing a lot of fucking good stuff. Just saying, fuck it, $2 in a fuck it, let's go. Has this beautiful fucking cover right here, man. I fucking love to fucking see it. And that one's the cover C. The cover C actually has the trade dress. And then there's the cover B, which is not there right now. But,
Yeah, I think the cover
yeah.
B was by Juniba, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But that Tony
But this
Fleeks
one,
is amazing.
yeah, I think the one on the right is by Sakai.
Yeah.
But also, so yeah. And the Sakai is a 1 in 50. And there's also a white and red for the Sakai that is a 1 in 100 that I don't have up here. So, if you guys would like any of the trade dresses or any of the incentives, absolutely let me know, and because I got them. Because I'm definitely ordering that 1/100 as well as at least the 1 in 30 because I fucking love it. It's fucking fire to me. All right, here are some of the books that are coming out this coming week. This is not an all inclusive. These are some of the ones that just caught my eye and some of the numbers that are coming up. Cabinet issue number 4, that Margaret Savage. The open order is sold out, as well as, of course, is the 1 in 10. G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, just freaking fire cover. People don't necessarily know where they fall within this shit yet, but Gotta admit that Snake Eyes cover looks really, really fucking good. And Tom is saying he can't wait for Snipes with Snipes back as Blade. Gun Honey Collision Course issue number 1. I think this is maybe like the 4th volume of Gun Honey. But the thing or the one to be looking out for is going to be that Adam Hughes. I know a lot of people weren't tracking this one or counting on this one, but that one's going to be fire. She's butt naked, but butt naked with a gun still. Then people are not freaking reading this. It's actually pretty fucking good. The art style is pretty freaking good. I Heart Skull Crusher is going to be on issue number 3, looking really good. I just freaking love these covers. Cover D 120 looks freaking pretty good. And there's going to be a FOC cover, but no, it's looking pretty good right now. There's your cover E, that one sold out. Monolith by Image, Spawn Monolith number 1 sold out for the cover A and the cover B, as well as Spawn Rat City cover A and cover B sold out as well for issue number 2. Larry Joe is saying that there's a ton of exclusives out there, retailer exclusives probably for those Gun Honey Collision courses. Look, I'm an Adam Hughes fan, right? So if it's not an Adam Hughes, I don't give a damn about that fucking shit. Unless it's maybe like an Adam Hughes foil, then maybe you got me. But if it ain't Adam Hughes, it better be fucking absolutely fantastic. Then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Untold Destiny of the Foot Clan issue number 3, as well as Transformers issue number 5 and 6 has second prints coming out. Something Epic number 10 has a great freaking Game Boy freaking cover coming out. And then Venom Separation Anxiety number 1. That one's got all types of freaking covers for some fucking reason. I guess they felt like retailers were really going to buy 200 of this shit. And
Yeah, they're
that,
really pushing that.
yeah, that, ladies and gents, is the end of the show. I think we're ending at a freaking good mark at 2 hours and 30 minutes. I feel that was good. I don't think I missed anything unless you got something else that you would like me to bring up. Actually, Goomba. Let me see. See if I can, because it looks like some of the stuff
Shout out to
dropped.
everybody. Is next week. Um, we're gonna. I don't know how you want to do that, Lucas. I don't know if you want to. You want to shoot it early, or you want to actually do it early, or But next week we'll have David Nakayama on the show. So, and I'll talk to Dave and see if between the two of us, if I can get some books together and we'll do a little giveaway. I was already planning on doing a giveaway with some Marvel Legends. If you're familiar with the 3 Spider-Men that came out not too long ago, the Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, and Tom Holland, I was thinking about doing a giveaway with 3 of those. And, as soon as we figure out how, we're going to do it, then I'll make that announcement alongside with Lucas. But that's pretty much it. I hope everybody tunes in next week, because I'm gonna try to dig Dave out for some little tips of what's to come, coming up. That's my goal, you know what I mean? Because he's been hitting us with covers, I mean, left and right, and every single one has been off the chain. So
Yeah, definitely going to have to celebrate the brother, and we'll do it early, get some sound bites from him, and then we'll play that most likely during the next Drunken Chat. Man, so Guma, this is another freaking good book with great freaking art that people have been ignoring. Ji Hyung Lee just fucking do it by himself alone on this shit. Gun Honey Collision Course issue number 2. There's gonna be a foil for this one. And then this is, I think, another cover A. Just good stuff. And let's see. one more. This one is Pooh versus Bambi. Barrio Nuevo. Fucking great fucking cover. And let's leave it at that because the rest of these Zenoscope covers are just fucking nasty. All right. Yep. So that's it. Once again, thank you guys for freaking tuning in to Drunken Chat on the Comic Crusaders Network. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Don't forget, please, if you could look for the Comic Crusaders channel, freaking hit subscribe on that and freaking just pile around, see if there's any other content on there. Also, because I need more flexibility on what I can do on this channel. Mel has already set up another channel. It's called Comics Coop. Comics Coop, which is where he eventually wants to push stuff. So if you could go over there, subscribe to there, so I can actually start pushing the content on there as well. Then we actually might make the full jump on there because there's all types of stuff that I need to do that I just can't do on here unless I'm on the Comic Crusaders channel. But yeah, once again, thank you guys for freaking tuning in. It's been freaking great. And don't forget, man, we got a freaking bunch of new stuff that's coming out, including David Nakayama. I think Dennis Barger freaking wanted to freaking stop by and hit y'all up with some freaking great specs as well. So yeah, freaking good stuff freaking coming up. And thank you to Sir Christopher, not the great, not kind of good, the fucking greatest, for freaking stopping by and making this freaking easier. This is awesome. Guys, stay safe. We're out.
For each man in his time to stay until he walks along the beach and sees his future in the water. Along like all within his reach. I needed a voice to walk.
Sometimes men take matters into their own hands. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
As you guys know, it is Drunken Chat.